There's the video. Yeah, excellent connection. Where's the video? All right. Sound. Where's the video? Okay, cool. I don't know if this is gonna do double video. I'm gonna look at some stuff that I've been looking at. No, actually, the unmute did not. Now you can't hear me. The unmute did not. Now you can't hear me. All right. So hold on. Testing sound. Do 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 do. Can you hear me? Sounds. How does this work? Ah, I know how to test this. So unmute this. Bang bang. Ah, I know how to test this. So unmute this. Yeah, look at that. Bang bang. Yeah, that's a thing I was looking at. That is not a pleasant thing. Look at that. Yeah, that's a thing I was looking at. That is not a pleasant thing. Um, I there's a whole bunch of like pro wrestling promos and weird pro wrestling stuff. I kind of want to talk about pro wrestling for a little bit. Hold on. I got a call. Weird pro wrestling stuff. I kind of want to talk about pro wrestling. Hello. Hold on. Hello. Hello. Yes. Yes. I can't do that right now. I can't do that right now. No, I can't do that either. I'm not working. No, I can't do that either. I'm sorry. I'm not working. Yeah, you're fine. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're fine. No, I'm good. All right. You have a nice day. Mm-hmm. Right, well, I'll say bye. No, I'm good. All right. You have a nice day. All right. So here's a match. Bye. For the purposes of my credibility. Uh, I need new batteries. That's how I'm gonna check. Oh, I guess we do my phone. That's how I'm gonna check. Oh, I guess we do my phone. Hi, Frank.
He's a monster, no doubt about it. Rivaled by only himself. A creature of fight he will seize with might and the glory of the belt. It will be his highest rank. For here's the champion. For here's a legend. For here's a boss in the making. Beware the mad Ricky
Such glaze. There's such glaze in that song. Nice guy though. Really like that guy's voice. Um, lots of things jump up and down, but a kangaroo. Lots of things jump up and down, but a kangaroo. You hear that? Somebody else said it. What does that mean? That kid that's recording right there. I think I know his mom. It's a. She's my best friend. It's like a very bizarre situation. I think I know his mom.
Ladies and gentlemen,
No way to
this
confirm it.
is one half of our main event this afternoon.
She
And it
does
will
not
be
dress it.
for the
They look
HIW
so similar.
Tucson
It's such a
City
crazy thing.
Championship.
Um,
Ladies and gentlemen, in this
I don't know if I have to
contest,
go in the
there
headphones.
will be
I'm doing like a
no
test right now.
pinfalls, no submissions, no
Um,
countouts, and no disqualifications.
I don't know if I
The
have to go in the
only way
headphones.
to win
I'm
this
doing like a
contest
test right now.
is if one puts his opponent in some version of a pile driver. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a pile driver match.
Yeah, well done. My idea. There are people that don't come to
Introducing the
shows and they came for
principals.
the show.
First, in the corner to the right, from Detroit, Michigan.
I'm not
Weighing
from
in
Detroit.
at
Tell them that I
213
come from
pounds.
Detroit.
He is the D.
I'm not from
Dexter Dixon.
That was a great introduction. I'm trying to find his camera angle. I cannot get it. The kid.
And his opponent across the ring.
Still doing sound check.
From Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing in at 175 pounds. He is the current reigning and defending interim HIW Tucson City champion, Mr. HIW Ricky Flash. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is a
Alive.
title match. The only way to win this contest is putting your opponent in a pile driver.
Sorry, I'm still doing checks and stuff. Sorry, I'm still doing checks.
And you see right there, Ricky Flash tried to immediately put him in the pile driver and hit it. As I was just
Talking. Sorry, I'll explain the match later. Oh, jeez, can't see the match with. Okay, good thing I checked. This is. Hold on, I'm gonna run this back. Because this is too much of my face. Hold on, I'm gonna run this back. Yeah, this is too much of my face. This is not. Yeah. It's completely ruining. What? No, that's. It's completely ruining. Why is this not? No. Why am I? Sorry, I mean, this is really just me checking up my settings. Why? Is this? No. Sorry, I mean, this is really just. settings. You can't watch stuff if I'm all over it. You don't need to see me anyway, honestly. There we okay, so that's okay. That's a little bitty tiny picture of me. There we go. Okay, so that's okay. That's a little bitty tiny picture of me. There we go. All right, back to the match. There we go. Good
Ladies
stuff.
and gentlemen, this is one half of our main event this afternoon. And it will be
Personally, I
for
hate
the
multiple main events.
HIW Tucson City Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, in this contest, there will be no pinfalls,
No
no
pinfalls,
submissions,
no
no
submissions,
countouts, and no
no
disqualifications.
countouts. Yeah.
The only way to win this contest is if one puts his opponent in some version of a power driver. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a power driver match.
I don't know why that's up there. I wish I could take that.
Introducing the
Oh, good.
principals first. In the corner to the right.
Oh, we already heard this fight. Let's go to the match. Oh, good. Something weird happened to my fights. I don't know what happened to that. I don't know what happened to it. Or my singlet. I don't know what happened to that. I don't know what happened to it. Or my singlet.
That's the name of the game right there. Colorado tie-up.
This venue is like a super cool venue outside of the fact that the roof is very low. Like Darby Allin, Teddy Hart, a whole bunch of people have been there. So that combo right there, I've been doing that combo for like 20 years. The shoulder breaker, front face DDT, that arm wrench, yeah, this, damn, that looks so dope. It's my take on a what's it called? A leg breaker type move. So I was told, okay, there's a boot to the face. Okay, there's gonna be a callback to that. There's gonna be a callback to that. So there's a wrestler that's sneaking around the side that's watching the match right there. I hate that dude. That dude like dropped me on my head because I trusted him and he said he could do something and he couldn't do it. More arm work. There's Shaq right there, the guy who did the song. He just went around the corner. There's Shaq right there, working that arm. You shouldn't be able to do a pile driver if your arm is disabled. Just saying, that's wrestling logic. I do club punches. That's what I do. Boom, there's the callback.
Right to the stump.
I do club punches. That's what I do. Boom, there's the callback. That's a low in theory. Low in theory clothesline. Through the ropes. Extra impact. Low in theory. Low in theory clothesline. Through the ropes.
I tell you what, ever since this match was that chilling promo that Justin Dixon that he did a couple of weeks ago on the HIW Facebook page.
Punch somebody?
This power driver match.
No one really punches somebody like a boxer, like a shoot, like. No one punches like that. They punch closer to how I punch. No one punches like that. A long time ago, I wanted to go into just doing forearms, but people there's a distance issue, so I don't do that. Break it, leg sweep. Hey, I mean, there's no rules. Only rule is first person to hit a pile driver. Sorry, that is a rule. Doing that for 15 years, if not more. B-boy elbow drop across the throat. Doing that for 15 years, if not more. B-boy elbow drop across the throat. I'm not kicking my leg because I'm selling fatigue. I'm not stomping my leg, rather. I'm selling fatigue. I'm not stomping my leg. There's so many nuances to wrestling that like people just don't get, and they think that like you're a crappy worker, and you're working on a different level than that. Oh, there's Joyce. That was had the crutch. Joyce is a saint. You're working on a different level than that. Oh, there's Joyce. That was had the crutch. Joyce is a saint.
Left arm grapevine. Now what this is going to do is take away the oxygen that Ricky Flash needs in order to deliver a power driver.
Like I said, can't do a pile driver if your arm is dead. That was my ring logic. That was bad of me. That was bad of me. That was me. Can't admit to your mistakes, and who are you? It's a lot of stomps. We have something set up next. They just. Reverse DDT, Russian leg sweep. Reverse DDT, Russian leg sweep. Yeah, I've been doing that one for a long time too, 20 years. Yep, Rough Bulldog. That's a newer move. As much as I love that referee, and we went over that, he didn't do it super great, but it still sold the point. As much as I love that referee, and we went over that, he didn't do it. Good ref. Good ref. Botch City. Botch City. Good ref. In my opinion, that's really the only bad botch in this match. No, outside of the ring stuff, there was something. There you go. Good forearms. Good exchange. Coming back. We need to come back in frame. There we go. This is a set camera, so there's not much we can do. I still want that other angle. I don't do super kicks, but a super kick into the ring post? Come on. Come on. Blood punch. I'm telling you, you punch people in real life, you don't punch like a pro wrestling punch.
And really, you can stay on the outside because of the count.
You just don't.
There's no countdown.
Well, I mean, I guess if you have boxing training, maybe you do. I don't. I don't see people punch like that. Well, I mean, I guess if you have
Oh,
boxing
no, no, no. He's going to try to give him a Oh, no, no. He's going to try to give him a power driver.
That spot was my idea. I wanted to take it. His big spot to take was the back body drop off the top. That was my big spot to take off of that. Off the apron. And I'm fine. Did he say why'd I do that? Did he say why'd I do that? Hold on. He did. He said why'd I do that? That is freaking hilarious. Oh, the song. Told you, Shaxter's a great guy. Fantastic dude. Song. Why'd I do that? Because you're trying to win the match, bro. You're trying to win the match. Thing's holding his butt like Nia Jax. Yes, I know, it was the ground. That's a cement ground, there's no padding in there. Is anybody watching this? Hold on. Shake hands, respect. I should have shaved my head. Looked like your hand called, but should have let's see here. Oh, that's the right. I wanted to show this match before I start critiquing other people's stuff. That's I'm like, yo. I wanted to show this match before I start critiquing other people's stuff. That's let's see here. My son is on here. Okay. Let's see here. Hold on. Doop 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 doop. All right. Hold on. Doop 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 doop. Shit. All right. I'll do another match. Just one more. I'll do another match. Just for more credibility. Wait, versus Ultra. What is this one? Just for more credibility. No. I'll do this one. Yeah. What is this?
The roof jumper. Chris Anarchy! You know, I have to say, you know it's a special night when both members of Hardcore Union
Yeah,
He's getting all warmed up. All right, let's bring it. And here we go. Mousetraps and barbed wire, my favorite. It's gonna be fun. Anarchy. Locking up with the dick. The he goes behind. Well, I mean, that's what we're saying the whole time. Anarchy's coming. Oh, he's got him up in the tree alone. That's what you're doing, Lord. The bee's got him in a bad position. Oh, here we go. Uh-oh. He's gonna go coast to coast. Oh, he's going coast to coast early. Uh-oh. He's gonna try to get his bees going.
Look at those two kids in the striped shirt and the white shirt. They cough like crazy.
He's gonna try to get his bees going.
Lady in the red shirt. Okay, I get critiqued. Alright, I get critiqued for this. This was my freaking finish, and people still don't get it. They don't get how crazy the crowd pops when I do this move. I did this before. The only other person that I've seen do this the same way, Tree of Woe, coast to coast, was Sammy Guevara like 2 years ago. But I've been doing this move since 2003. This was my original finish because it's a big move. The crowd pops. Watch the crowd again.
He's going coast to coast early. He's got to try to get his views going.
He's kicking his legs. Dude, kicking his legs. But I'm the dumb. I'm the dumb one.
Cover. That's a cover. What are you doing? 1, 2. No. Sometimes you gotta wait on the beat. It sounds like the referee is frustrating the team.
It doesn't matter if I hit him or not.
There are people that make moves, that innovate, and there are people who just do whatever you see on TV. Why would you ever want to see somebody locally do stuff you could see on TV do it better?
Yeah, the D is actually working over Chris Anarchy. The D really is. He's really shining tonight. Shots to the back of the head.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, he throttled him and dropped him on his head.
I love this.
Little mini DDTs.
One more!
You hear this, bro?
He wants to move up in this tournament.
They watch on TV a good time. They don't look through Stone Cold Stone Rock.
If this tournament lasts for
But
more
then
than
again,
4
I'm doing
hours, you
everything
might
wrong
have to
with
go
nobody.
see a doctor.
That's what it is.
Shots to the midsection from Chris Anarchy. Uh-oh. Oh! The worst thing that can happen to the knee. Springboard. Oh, I stand corrected. That was worse.
And the D avoided the mousetraps, the most dangerous part being the D.
Oh, this match is hard and mousetraps, by the way.
Don't worry, I got all this equipment and people in front of me. I don't have to worry. Uh-oh. Oh, D into the big black pole.
Corey
Really?
stole the crap
I
out
know,
of
I'm
this.
digging. At this point, that's ridiculous.
Look at that. Look at her. It's a red shirt.
Anarchy's got that intention. Anarchy's looking
Look
to
at her.
use the D. Oh, he reverses.
He's like cool.
Standing switch.
That's what pro wrestling is about.
This is gonna.
Look at that. This spot.
Oh my God. This is gonna.
Look at it. Striped shirt.
Champs. Oh my God. Oh, damn, the D's hardcore.
I would love to find those pictures that Patrick was taking. I've never seen those.
All of
They're
this
probably
stuff.
pretty
All right, seriously, at this point, it's ridiculous. I'm actually calling this legitimately. I've come up with way worse D jokes in my day. He's actually doing the things I'm saying for a change. He's actually doing very well. He's actually doing surprisingly well. The D, I think, is the only competitor in the tournament this year who is not a former deathmatch champion.
Yeah, this was a.
He is trying to make a name for himself. Is he?
My spot. He wanted to do the spot. It was a monster spot. It's dope. Mousetraps are not easy to set.
Dixon is showing a side of himself we have not seen before. We got a golf course in the tournament.
No.
Oh my God. Every finger. Is he kidding? That is not okay. I can't really see from this angle, so I don't know when it happens.
Look at him cringe.
The D's excited. The D is very excited.
I don't think Anarchy's gonna want cheese for a month after this.
Remember last show? What you got? Get me! Get me! Knock me out! What you got now?
D is showing what he's got. He is fired up. Oh, big shot to the ribs.
I secretly love death matches.
I don't think Chris Anarchy expected this, coming out here having to face the D. Exactly. I think Anarchy thought he pulled himself a bye, basically, but he was getting every bit of the D that he could handle. How upsetting would that have been for the D? I'm kind of, I was following up with a real wrestling movie at that tournament. That's always a surprise. All right. I'll be damned, wrestling movie. Oh my God, is he putting a Kimura on his arm?
Chris Anarchy. Football. High school football. That was a good spot. Not a spot because it's not. The equipment is like that.
Get this all in check. Can hold this down. 28 years of there you go. Oh, D sets him up. D-bomb. 1, 2.
There's no such thing as a spray made that up. I like it. D-bomb.
D really wants this. He really wants this. Do you guys want the D? Mixed reaction on that one.
I heard one manly voice in LA, so we're making progress.
We're losing blood, D. You got some fans. Everybody loves the D. D has his fans out there. D calls his fans D's nuts. So,
And these ones.
that is 100% true. Check him out on Twitter. He says it all the time. Anarchy going for a little payback with those mouse traps. He's going for a pump handle. Oh, they don't pay.
And on the shoulders. Gotta get light. Nice. You see those mouse traps snap on the back?
The mouse traps.
Those kids are freaking loving this match. Striped shirt kid is all proud and down like holy crap. White shirt kid went down too. These kids are like in their mid-20s
I
now.
gotta say though, all
love
funny jokes aside, Dixon is really impressing me tonight. Like he has come out with his A game. Like he has brought Anarchy to the limit, and this is only round 1. This is only round 1. Oh, look for it. You reverse though.
That was a nice Phoenix piece. That was a spike. Good job. Yeah, that's a short mouse trap stuck in my shirt. That was a finish. Look at her pounding her hand in the left corner. She didn't even get the best angle of it. Hold on. Running it back. Run that back. Look at the crowd. Slapping the legs. Grabbing the head. Look at him. Oh, I wish they would have showed more of the crowd. One more time. Let's run that back. One more time. Okay. Stop. First and foremost, pro wrestling is all about giving somebody a reaction to what you've done. So they will come back to get that reaction again. Like the reaction of, you could be the worst worker in the world. Drizzling S's, as the term goes. I'm not going to say that. But the point is, if they have a connection with you, if you have some sort of movement that they can mimic, and like, yo, I remember this. This makes me feel this way. That's how people come back. It doesn't matter if you're the most high flying, brutal, whatever. It's all about crowd reactions. And that's why I love this match so much. Because of the freaking crowd reactions. Doesn't matter if you punch weird, doesn't matter. Kick weird, doesn't matter. Should have did that. I need to see that. I do everything I do. I do. Well, sometimes I do. You hear them.
The contest moving on to the semifinals. Chris Anarchy!
Not seen Eric in some time. Well, we live in the same city, but sure. What now? Let's go. We live in the same city. Look at some weird wrestling stuff. Random wrestling. There's no one on here, so I will go. What's a weird state? Utah is not that weird. North Dakota. What's a weird state? Utah is not that weird. North Dakota. Yes, sorry, didn't spell right. I don't care. I'm kind of rushed. Let's see what you got. I don't care. I'm kind of rushed. That's interesting. Let's see what you got. Oh, that's Chris Hero. Oh no. All right.
Welcome to the gritty world of independent wrestling, where passion meets pain in the squared circle.
That was a freaking dope move. Dude, what?
Wrestlers push
That was
their
freaking
bodies
dope.
to the limit, defying
Hold on,
gravity
I gotta
and
run that back.
pain in the squared circle.
No.
Welcome to the gritty world of independent wrestling, where passion meets pain in the squared circle.
That's dope.
In this realm of
And you don't even know who the F
combat,
that guy is.
wrestlers push their bodies to the limit, defying gravity and expectations.
That's
However,
pro
with the
wrestling
adrenaline comes a
sucks.
cost, a plethora of unique and often
Oh, that was
brutal
weird.
injuries that tell a story of sacrifice and dedication. Join us as we delve into the world of independent wrestling injuries, where the pursuit of glory can sometimes lead to agony.
That was
Mac
cool.
Daniels, concussion, recovery time unknown.
Mac
We got a little bit of a pissing contest here, Johnny Torres. Oh, not the time.
The guy has a great. Oh, so in pro wrestling, there's different types of dudes, and people don't believe it. But there is a lot of women complain that, like, oh, my body was being criticized. You think men's bodies aren't criticized? That's like the hugest thing. They criticize. They criticize us worse than you. I have no sympathy for a woman in pro wrestling that says, oh, my body was criticized. They said I gained a little bit of weight. Man, no sympathy. Zero. Less. Actually, you get negative points for body. If you feel you're being body shamed, you get negative points. There are plenty of women that are fantastic, that are like not skinny as crap. They're just not, and that's fine. But to be like, I was criticized for I gained 5 pounds, and they said I was pudgy. This guy is a skinny dude, and he's probably about 5'3", 170 pounds. But due to angles and wrestling other shorter people, you look ripped. Yeah, it's really easy to have like a six pack if you're short. Yeah. So anyway, going on. What's going on? Danger Kid. That's an interesting name.
But continuing the argument.
Okay.
Danger Kid trying anything he can think of.
Goes through. Tags in. Hot tag. Hot tag.
My God! Cartwheel kick breaking the double clothesline. Shotgun of a drop kick.
How does this injury happen?
Wow! Lightning fast. Oh, wrapping around.
If you're watching, you saw me do something similar.
Top of his head.
I don't like that finish. That move.
Aiden.
It's what that Moxley's old finish.
Launched himself with a cannonball.
Okay,
right
still
there.
rolling.
Becca, split lip,
Wait,
recovery
what
time
happened?
few days.
Wait, when did the injury happen?
Head. Aiden. Aggro.
Holy
From that?
shit. Launched himself with a cannonball right there.
The
Becca,
cannonball with the
split
flip,
lip,
which is
recovery
also
time few days.
How successful Becca has been.
I don't know what that is.
In such a short period of time, making her presence felt first with the pandemic at the Dojo series. Now she's a staple on this roster.
Is he?
Oh, no. And look at him staring at her.
Who
She
is
goes
this guy?
down.
He chopped her.
Crumbles and Charles Mason followed
I
him
don't
down.
like that.
The eyes of Charles Mason
This just
tell a
looks
story,
like
and it's not one
domestic
that I wanna read.
abuse. He's not in
Fueled by
gear.
something different,
He's wearing a
some
white shirt.
otherworldly, Sinister.
I don't like this.
Now
I'm all for like intergender wrestling. This doesn't look like intergender wrestling. This looks like domestic
Traditional
abuse.
battle of good versus evil
I
here.
wouldn't want this.
It's as simple as that. Becca is a good person.
Yes, it's during COVID because the referee's wearing a mask, but that doesn't make much sense.
I believe we got some
Is it
blood.
nice
Nate
punch?
Beckman putting the gloves on. Charles Mason
Okay,
briefly
nice
stunned.
kick.
Boot to the mush. Oh my goodness. Look at Becca.
Yeah,
Look
split
at
lip.
Becca. Busted open.
There's
running elbow in the corner.
A crimson mask.
female wrestlers don't get a lot of like.
Always full of fight.
There you go.
Never says die.
Well, that was dope.
Sleeper position.
That was dope.
Oh, Becca.
Backbreaker.
Becca is a badass.
She
Wearing
is.
that red
Who
like
isn't?
a badge of honor.
Nobody knows
And you know
because
what?
we're all in the shadow.
Scream of
There's so
terror.
many freaking
My God.
tell.
Nicholas K,
Fantastic
busted open hard
stuff.
way,
There are so many of us that are freaking dope, and there are so few positions, and we just wither away. We either quit or we wither away. She is freaking dope. I have never seen her anywhere. I have never seen her anywhere. She's dope.
recovery time unknown.
That was rough. Damn. Ooh, he got busted open bad. Chair fight. They don't do those anymore. Miss those. Make any sense, but I miss those.
A-Game Joseph Alexander, shoulder injury, recovery time 3 months.
A-Game has held his fair share of championships outside of Battle Club as well in the Midwest. So these guys
Well,
are taking
that's
a
very
really global
interesting name.
style and making it their own.
And those are very
Push through from Ahmed.
interesting.
Raised
That's
by
a very
Drew.
interesting thing.
Oh, he
Does a
hit
hip toss into
an
an arm
break. That
breaker.
was incredible. What the hell?
Like I said, he'll take
I
your
just-
moveset and flip it on.
I didn't see it. I saw it, but I didn't see what happened. Let's run that back.
Making it their own. Push through from Ahmed. Raised by through.
Oh, he
Does
hit
a hip toss into
an
an arm
break.
breaker.
That
That
was
was
incredible.
too subtle.
What the hell?
Like I said, he'll
Ow.
take
I mean, if it
your
was a hip
moveset
toss into an arm
and flip it
breaker,
on you.
it looked
So
like
the
a
arm
normal
drags
hip.
earlier, which were very effective for A-Game.
Oh man, this is an arm wrench.
Oh, wait, is that?
Ahmed's
Did he
like
do my
he's
move?
Like, he is so much like Andrew just picks everything up.
Yeah,
and
that's
processes.
A similar move?
Comparison.
An
This
armor?
is an arm wrench.
Ahmed, it's like he is so much like your moveset and flip it on you.
You saw the arm drags earlier, which were very effective for A-Game.
Oh man, this is an arm.
I don't know. That was close.
And it's like
He's swing more.
so much
I
like
swing
an
more of
ant. He just picks everything
my
up.
arm
Yeah,
breaking.
that's
beautiful.
That was still cool.
He just picks everything up. The guy's a machine.
And relax.
And this is gonna be the real test for A-Game.
Oh my goodness!
We
This
know,
may be it, yeah.
we know he has all the talent in the world, but now he needs to show that
Some
toughness.
matches?
He needs to show some resiliency, and he needs to withstand
these people.
the ass whooping that's about to come his
If
way.
These are the
If
situations.
the woman, I'm sorry, I don't remember her name, wants to work with me, I'd still do that.
Tough enough? Will he be resilient enough?
Oh my God! Another arm snap.
That wasn't
Wrenching
Joe's
with his,
move.
you saw he placed his shin right by the
Joke,
elbow
dude.
and kind of dislodging it there.
I'm gonna look at that club.
Very smart. I mean, again, you
Battle
can't
Club, I
prepare for a
think,
guy
would
like
appreciate
Chris
you.
Ahmed because he stood so
These
different
places,
from
they
anybody
don't
else.
make money, so they can fly you down. And
And
most
he
of us
set that
workers, we don't
tone
have any
by
money.
walking in here and basically getting up in Jay Santi's business.
Yeah.
And, you know, Inner
Working
City
with-
King is no
If his shoulders were
walk in the
good.
park. You know, like getting up in Jay
One time,
Santi's
I had a match.
business.
The only match I ever tapped out of. My shoulder got ripped out of the socket, and I told the dude, I was like, I can't. And all he did was work it harder, like shoot harder. I don't know if he had a vendetta against me. I don't know. He just worked it harder. And I was like, I can't, I gotta go. And I couldn't drive. I could barely drive home. It was out of the socket. It was loose. It was gross. It was hard to pop back in. Who is this? No. If you don't listen, like if this guy didn't listen, then no, I don't want to work. But freaking, this guy's. I appreciate arm work. If you run back the video, I work arms because honestly, if you can't use your arm, you can't do so many things in wrestling. Legs are the same. Backs are fun. Roderick Strong's the king of the backs. Sometimes, like you work necks, that's a weird thing, but it still makes sense. But working the arm, this guy's killing it. Unfortunately, the guy got hurt, but let's go.
The students here at the Fallout respect that man. He is a coach for a reason. And Prince Ahmed basically walking up and punching him in the face and saying, hey, no.
Laser, broken hip and femur. Recovery time.
Laser.
Laser, broken hip
Laser.
and femur. Recovery time.
Laser. He's got a shirt that has laser on it. It's got a big Z. He's got paint on his face. This guy in this video, I can't even see his full face right now. This guy would have killed it in 1992. Wait, how old is this?
6
How old
months.
is this one? Big dude. Oh! Fudge! No one caught him! Different angle? Why? There's 4 guys!
Love dot.
There's 4 guys! 4 guys! They didn't catch him? There's 4 guys! That's your job! There's 4 guys! And one of them was a big guy. The big guys are supposed to take the most. 4 guys? Oh, let's run that back. The big guys are supposed to take the most. Okay, so he didn't get. The referee should have held the ladder so there was more stability. Let me double check. Maybe he did. Let me double check. The referee should. Referee's on it. Let me double check. Referee's bracing it. Okay, so I'm wrong. My bad. This guy just didn't have the range to jump. And It's your job to catch them. You move forward. You move forward. It doesn't matter if it makes sense because it's not supposed to make. Well, I mean, it is supposed to make sense, but your job is to protect somebody. They didn't protect him.
Wolf Doug, broken ankle, recovery time 9 months.
That's an interesting mustache. Wait. Did they not tell the year of when Laser got destroyed? Did I miss that? All right, these are the people. These are the people that are responsible. Don't book them, don't book them, don't book them, don't book them, don't book them. Air Paris. That's a bizarre name. Anyway. They didn't tell a year on this. I'm sure it's not 1992 when Laser would have been a great thing to be. You know, WCW or NWA.
Wolf Doug, broken ankle, recovery time 9 months.
Chaotic Wrestling. Interesting name. Cool. Kick. He broke his ankle on a sliding drop kick? That sucks. Oh, wait. Wait. Who broke the ankle?
Recovery time. Wolf Doug, broken ankle, recovery time 9 months.
The kicker broke the ankle. Love Doug. Wait. Not Doug Love. Love Doug. Love Doug. Wait. Not Doug Love. Love Doug. All right, bro. Get your work in. My name sucks too. Get your work in. Oh, I see. He slipped. Oh, I see. Did you see that? His leg slipped under. His leg slipped under. Watch. His leg slips under. Ow! He's lucky he didn't blow his knee out.
Big Cat Tyler Adams, mild concussion, recovery time few days.
Big Cat Tyler.
Things are about to get dirty. Here in Brewer from McCarthy. Oh, nobody home.
Things are about to get dirty.
Second wind here.
Things are about to get dirty. Oh my gosh. So, for the longest time, I was Dexter the Dream Killer Dixon, known as the D, and I made D puns. This was 12, 13, this was 15 years ago. That's why there were all those puns in the video that I showed earlier where I was in that death match. That's why my fans, and when I was on Twitter, formerly X, so dorky that you have to say that. My fans were called D's Nuts. I would make messages like, shout out to D's Nuts. D's Nuts, the D did this, blah, blah, blah. Came in hard. I'll show you, I could show you promos. But anyway, things are about to get nasty. Bro, I think that, if that, I hope that's his catchphrase. I hope it. That's freaking hilarious.
Killing the momentum.
Foot to the mush. Yep.
McCarthy up on the second.
Nice.
One,
Nice.
two,
Nice.
oh, the KO rolls him over. What's he got? Can he get the
He
big
did
man all the way
He's
over?
out.
Over. He's got him set up.
Beef rib
Wait,
injury.
but what was his injury? Like, hold on.
Beef rib
Wait,
injury.
but what was his injury? Mild concussion. Okay.
Oh, the KO rolls him over. What's he got? Can he get the big man all the way over?
Did he get a mild concussion? Look on?
Beef rib injury. Recovery time.
Did he get a mild concussion? His name is Beef.
Beef rib injury. Recovery.
His name is Beef. His name is Beef. His name is Beef. That there's a weird marketing level of stuff Beef would get over. But it's still a weird thing to say.
Unknown.
Able to close it on the challenger. I spoke too soon.
Big boot to the face from Thatcher.
What's going on here?
Catches up.
Oh, it is
Nicely
on.
done.
Yeah.
That arm trap variation.
He has TT on his butt. He has TT on his butt. TT. Say it faster. TT. 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 TT on his butt.
2, not a kick out. I don't know if Beef had the energy to kick out, putting the foot on the rope there, Johnny Torres.
Yes, sir.
Very telling. And Timothy Thatcher's going to take note of that. It wasn't a kick out.
Timothy, that's
the sheer
Timothy
mass of
Thatcher?
Beef carried
And he
Timothy
has
Thatcher
TT
a
on his
little farther
butt.
across the ring
Hey,
than he
man.
anticipated with that ricochet.
Maybe I should have
And
had
now,
DD on my
the bread
butt.
and butter.
Maybe I would have got booked.
The European uppercut.
No knee pads is like the scariest thing in the world to me. We blow out knees, we blow out backs, and I know it's a style thing, and I know some people do it. No knee pads scares the crap out of me.
Timothy Thatcher again. Beef out on his feet, Johnny Torres.
If not for that top rope.
This.
Look at that face. That's why he gets booked. Look at that evil, sinister face. That's why he deserves it.
This crowd can chant all they want. I don't know about it. Oh, hello. Oh, catches up flush with the clothesline. Belly to back. Gets up. Nicely done.
High on the neck of Timothy Thatcher.
Does he have beef tattooed on his stomach? What in the world? No! Let me see this. He has... No! He has beef tattooed on his stomach. It's like a bizarre Tupac. Beef on the stomach. Alright, bro. I hope you're good. You can come find me and you could punch me in the face. Or we could work together and you could still stiff me and potato me. But you have beef on your stomach. You can't undo that.
Oh, catches up flush with the clothesline.
Okay. Imagine if I got the D tattooed on my stomach. Dexter the Dream Killer Dixon, better known as the D, but I have the D tattooed on my stomach. Indie wrestling is the most bizarre thing in the world.
Belly to back. Gets up. Nicely done.
High on the
And I'm a
neck of
part of
Timothy
it. And I'm
Thatcher.
there's the beef.
Sees the
In
opening
Old
he
English.
created.
Hey, he's
Back up to his feet
the
first.
crowd is chanting his name. Good job, Beef. You're getting Moses.
What's this going to be?
The most important thing you can do is get
to
over.
Takeshi
Get over.
Morishima.
What are you doing?
What's this? Splash. Oh, nobody home. Nobody home.
Went for a frog splash that time. A little Masawa in the delivery.
Warhorse lip tear. Recovery time 3 weeks.
Okay. Warhorse, I've always wanted to work. Warhorse is like low-key Danhausen, and I don't know what happened. I really don't. Sorry, there's something in my glasses. I don't know what happened. Warhorse was at the same level of Danhausen, but something behind the scenes happened. There's all sorts of stuff that happens behind the scenes. You don't greet everybody, blacklisted. You big time somebody, blacklisted. You rub the booker the wrong way, blacklisted. You don't work the best you can, you get blacklisted. There's so much stuff that you don't even know. This guy's incredibly. That guy's the skinniest, fat, short guy I've ever seen. What's he doing with that? No. What are you doing? That's how your lip got split? He oversold it? That's a good spot, but you oversold it? No. That sucks. That freaking sucks. That freaking sucks. That freaking sucks. And I'm not saying he did it on purpose, but sometimes people do. That freaking sucks. That really sucks. Keep going, Warhorse.
Benny Cumberbatch, serious neck injury. Recovery time 18 months.
A move like that takes so much preparation. Canadian Destroyer off several tables. I'm just glad they're alive. Both of them. They agreed to do this spot. This was not an on-net, not a random thing. This was a spot that was agreed upon. But you gotta plan it better. Yeah, I'm just happy they're alive.
Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more content, and comment on future videos you would like to see. If you would like to support me, check out the live independent wrestling shows coming up in your area.
Is that you? You're Big Cat? Are you Big Cat?
Links are in the description.
Oh. What's going on here?
And transported to St. Joseph Hospital, where he is being treated.
What's this? Alright, we're watching this now.
For reality of wrestling. Jasper made his wrestling debut in 2008, and by this
Hold on, running it back.
On the 13th of July 2013,
that
Jasper
belt
Davis
sucks.
made
that belt like really sucks. Like really bad.
His debut for reality of wrestling. Jasper made his wrestling debut in 2008, and by this point had been grinding the Texas independent wrestling scene for the last 5 years, wrestling for companies such as NWA Houston and World of Wrestling. Following his debut and occasional matches for Reality of Wrestling in 2013, he would start exclusively wrestling for Reality of Wrestling.
Okay, so I know it does a lot of body damage. Sorry, I'm texting my sending my friend a message. Okay, so I know it does a lot of body damage. Impactful moves are severely lacking in pro wrestling. Like boom, bam, a grab and a throw, a twist and a twirl, a crush. Like that stuff is pro wrestling. A twist and a twirl, a crush, and it's lacking. Hold on. Sorry. Give me like 30 seconds. Hold on. Sorry. Give me like 30 seconds. All right, cool.
Reality of Wrestling in the summer of 2014. During his time in Reality of Wrestling, Jasper Davies was mainly a tag team wrestler. He first formed a team with Alex Reigns, and they even...
Man! Is that cage match? I only have one match on Cage Match. It's not my fault. It's just not how it worked back then. Okay, I started working in 2002. And it was like the worst time to start being a pro wrestler. That's when I graduated from Dragon's Den Pro Wrestling School in Tucson, Arizona. WCW closed, ECW closed. You know what that meant? All those guys went all those guys went to indie organizations. There was barely any West Coast anything. Sorry, I got a cramp. Dang it! That cramp. There were barely any indie promotions on the West Coast of significant nature. There was no Gorilla Pro. That was like 3 years later, and if it existed before that, it was so small that no one knew about it. I wrestled in promotions. I had somebody like, look up Top Gun Tongwar. He came to Tucson. I may have actually wrestled a show with freaking this freaking crap. Sorry. No, I work with people that are known people now. Well, slightly known at least. They got booked. It's a series of timing and size. When you're well, I was 6 feet tall till I got dropped on my head, which I will show you if you want to see it. Somebody can. No, I'll do it. I'll do it after a couple of videos. Or if somebody's like, "Hey, I want to see you get dropped on your head and shortened." But apparently Tony Khan books off this, so I'm never getting booked. You know, I work a billion matches, and if it's not on here, then it doesn't matter. Anyway.
Challenge for the Reality of Wrestling tag team titles in May of 2015, but were unsuccessful. In 2016,
Jasper from The Simpsons. Jasper from The Simpsons. The guy with the great beard. Jasper? The guy with the great beard? Jasper. All right.
However, though, himself and fellow wrestler Cedric Payne in Reality of Wrestling formed their own team titled the Alpha Unit. And on the 11th of March 2017, Alpha Unit would defeat Ryan Davidson in a 2-on-1 handicap match to win the Reality of Wrestling tag team titles.
Maybe.
Yes, that's right, tag team titles in a handicap match, because wrestling. However, they unfortunately...
Yeah, that's quality. If you're an old head, I'm a pro wrestling unk, as people say. That's what our videos look like, if we had them at all. I'm a pro wrestling unk.
unfortunately would be a victim of being transitional champions as they held the titles for less than a month before losing.
Transitional champion. Only championship I got, transitional champion. It is what it is. But I got a belt.
Them to the team of Nomak and Shawn Hendricks. This would start a feud between the two teams, with Alpha Unit challenging Nomak and Hendricks multiple times throughout 2017 unsuccessfully, before finally on the 12th of August 2017 on the Summer of Champions show, Alpha Unit won a 4-way tag team title match to win back the Reality of Wrestling tag team.
So, also another gimmick I have is I'm the ref's BFF. And so I like pal around with refs. Look at this ref. Look at this ref.
Of Champion show, Alpha
Watch
Unit
the
won
ref.
a 4-way tag team title match
Down.
to win back
Bam.
the Reality
Bam.
of Wrestling tag team title.
That's a freaking good ref. Down. Bam. 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 Wait, what's going on there? That woman leaving? Hold on.
Before finally, on the 12th of August 2017,
No, I'm watching
on the
the woman
Summer of
leaving.
Champion show, Alpha Unit won a 4-way tag team title match to win back the Reality of Wrestling tag team titles, and they were going to have a proper reign this time round.
Like she goes to
They
leave and then
defended
she
the titles
doesn't
successfully
leave.
twice before losing them to the Heavenly Bodies
she
made up of
looking for
Desirable
somebody?
Dustin and Jojolo Justin. That was a mouthful, but it ended their reign at 3
That's a clean.
months. But not
That's a clean haircut. Props to that barber. That's almost like fake hair. That's a freaking clean haircut.
only would this be
Nice
the end
edger.
of their reign, it would also be the end of Jasper Davis's career in Reality of Wrestling. Because as of today, this was his final wrestling match.
What'd you
And that's
do?
probably because on December 8th, 2017, Jasper Davies was arrested and charged with murder after killing his girlfriend. This article from 411 Mania reads, Jasper Davis has been arrested for murder. The 29-year-old Davis claims the shooting death of his 24-year-old girlfriend, Jennifer Nicole Mamo, was an accident. Prosecutors claim that Davis and Mamo had an argument after she accused him of flirting with another woman at a bar, and Davis told police that his girlfriend grabbed a gun, and when he tried to take it away, it went off. Davis said that Mamo was shot in the face. And according to court documents, Jasper Davis tried to dump her body by a creek, and as he was driving away, his car got stuck in mud and he had to call his dad to pull it out. 2 years later, on February 19th, 2020, Jasper Davies was found guilty of murder. However, his sentence length remains unknown, probably due to the fact that he appealed the verdict in August, and that is still ongoing. But it's safe to say that we will most likely never be seeing Jasper Davies involved in wrestling.
As a gun owner, there are situations where I go to the range, and there are situations where I intentionally forget I have guns. I would never in the face that poor family. I intentionally forget I have guns. I would never in the face that poor family. They cheat. They couldn't have open casket. That sucks. This guy's a freaking monster. I'm sorry I gave him props. Legitimately sorry I gave him props. This guy's a freaking monster. I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish this video.
The first thing you're probably asking right now
Yes.
is who the hell is Brian?
My name was Brian McGee. I stayed up listening to Queen when I was 17. Yeah, it's Simpsons.
McGee. And I'll tell you, I had no idea who Brian McGee was or anything about this story until I was researching for this video. I've literally found out about him in the last 24 hours. Brian McGee is a wrestler who wrestled in Florida under the...
Man, these videos are... If these videos are 60% black, I am just going to be so disgustingly embarrassed.
The name DT Porter, and I think I might just read off his biography paragraph from his Pro Wrestling Fandom Wikipedia, because this has aged so incredibly poorly. DT Porter has never had it easy. Most of his childhood, he was an outcast, bullied and teased for not having as much as the other children in his neighborhood. It wasn't until high school that DT broke out of his shell by becoming a star in varsity sports. After high school, DT joined the Navy, learning toughness, discipline, and
So I'm assuming Navy, since like America's the only place that actually says Navy
of never say die.
that I know of.
Once the oppressed, DT is now the one doing the enforcing, determined to take out all of his childhood pain and torment out on the bodies of his opposition. DT lacks mercy and will deliver great anger and furious vengeance on any who stands in his way. Bryan began wrestling as DT Porter in 2006 and wrestled across the indie scene all through America.
He looks like Timu Ron Killings. Timu Ron Killings. Oh man. Oh man. All right, let's go.
He even had a tryout match against Apollo Crews for IWA Mid-South. How crazy is that? But he got his big break in 2011 when he was signed to a WWE developmental deal wrestling for FCW. He made his FCW debut.
Oh, I mentioned this before, but I didn't say all of it. There's body guys. There are strong guys. There are like scary guys. There are technical guys. Those are like the types of wrestlers. So like WWE for the longest time only did like body guys. And then there's also like low-key underdog guys. Bryan Danielson. Rey Mysterios. I mean, and then there's luchas that are weirdo. Luchas aren't weirdos. I work with luchas all the time. Which my title is from lucha. So don't. Yeah. Anyway.
On the 3rd of March,
This looks like a guy in underwear. Like, you can make him a little bit longer. You can shape him differently. This guy looks like a guy in underwear. That's normally pro wrestling fans don't care about people being in tights, trunks, whatever you want to call them, like that. But these ones are. That's weird.
Event in 2011. It was a 6-man tag. Him, Buck Dixon, and Kenny Lee lost to Biggie Langston, Kenneth Cameron, aka Tom Latimer, and Rick Vaughn. He had another match a month later at an FCW event in the FCW arena. Him and Deshaun Bishop were defeated by Buck Dixon and Eric Rowan. Unfortunately, that would be his last FCW match, and he was cut from the company after only just a year. Going 0-2 in the company, but this would not stop him in his wrestling career as he would continue to wrestle in Florida. He would wrestle for more regional indies there, wrestle for places such as NWA,
I hate your cage match.
And of course,
why don't you list my matches? My matches are completely verifiable. I say them on my Twitter, X. They're all there by the dates. There's a video of like 90% of them, but I'm only on there as one time, and the one time I was on there, I didn't even wrestle as I was doing a clown gimmick. F.U. cage match. Go.
Come on. Someone shut down this fucking school already. Oh my days, of course he went there. His wrestling career heavily slowed down since leaving FCW, and eventually it would come to a crashing halt
Donovan
after a
Terrell.
huge revelation about him. In July 2013, Brian McGee was arrested facing charges of murder after a
420. All right.
Fatal stabbing of his girlfriend. Quoting from the Ledger, officials said
stabbing somebody is a special type of a-hole. That's a special type of a-hole. Stabbing somebody is a special type of a-hole. It's a special type of a-hole. That's long pain. It's a special type of a-hole. Lock him up. Put him under the prison.
The series of events started when a woman was found stabbed to death at the Del Lago apartments in Tampa. The woman, whose identity has not been released yet, died at the scene. Authorities only said McGee and the woman killed did know each other. Deputies said they quickly knew who they were looking for. Officials said when authorities tracked McGee down, he led them on a car chase on Interstate 75 from Hillsborough County to County Line Road in Pasco County. After his car crashed, McGee was taken into custody and transported to St. Joseph Hospital, where he is being treated for undisclosed injuries. Officials said once he is released, he will be charged with first-degree murder. He also allegedly changed his Facebook profile picture to what allegedly looked to be limbs.
There are certain things to see in people's eyes. When there are crazy eyes that are like super big, and then there's other eyes that are half eyes, like his, right there. See those half eyes? It's like it's like half covering. See those half eyes? It's like eyes are there's an expression that eyes are the window to the soul, and there's so much to read from eyes.
Covered in blood, and he was indeed charged with first-degree murder, and as of 2017 he was still in prison, but I've not been able to find any further updates since.
Owen Travers, please don't be black. Please don't be black. What's going on? Why aren't you playing?
Owen Travers made his wrestling debut in 2013 and would begin his long journey of grinding out the independent wrestling scene. Like a lot of other wrestlers, Owen Travers remained on the independent scene.
We aren't all vicious killers. I know, like, every single person that I know that is a bad, vicious, gross pro wrestler is not black. These other ones that are in this video, I've never met them, and I'm so disappointed. I'm disappointed in my race. Let's go.
For his entire career, he never really had a big break in any company such as WWE or AEW or Impact or...
Let's go. What is that belt? What is that belt? Is that a pizza plate with paint on it? What is that real? Is that a pizza plate with what divots in it? Oh my gosh, that's a horrible belt. Oh my gosh, that's a horrible belt. Divots in it? Is that leather? Is that even leather? Is it even anything? Oh my gosh, that's a horrible belt. Let's go.
Anywhere like that. He mainly wrestled across the Michigan and Indiana scene and often put people over and was matched against wrestlers.
Let's go. I was born in Gary, Indiana.
Who went on to become very big names. However, unfortunately for Owen, that wasn't him. He did get one big break with the WWE though when he got to have one match for them, being squashed by the team of none other than Shane McMahon and The Miz in December of 2018. In 2019, he would get involved with the Nevada-based promotion Future Stars of Wrestling. He won their No Limits Championship, which
I reached out to Future Stars a long time ago. I can send you I could actually show you the email. I didn't send my highlight reel right. That's my fault. But I lived in Vegas for 3 weeks with my dad. And there was nothing going on wrestling wise in Vegas at the time. Wow, this guy. All right, go. Another murder. Let's go. What'd you do?
was his first ever championship.
Those are too short. What the nuts is that? All right, go. Another murder. Let's go. What'd you do? What the nuts is that? What is that? Look how sweaty his face is versus his body. What is that? Referee is a public thing. Look how sweaty his face is versus his body. It's kind of funny. But anyway, let's go.
in wrestling, and he would also become a trainer for the promotion school. So even though Owen Travers might not have been signed to a major company like your WWE, like your AEW, like your Impact, he had something going for him in FSW. And while in FSW, he got to work with the likes of Shaggy McLovin. That's an amazing name.
Dude, I know Shaggy McLovin. I freaking know Shaggy McLovin. That's not a lie. I freaking know Shaggy McLovin. I think I probably worked with Shaggy McLovin. I have no issues with Shaggy McLovin. I didn't know that there was. I might even have video of a match where Shaggy McLovin was managing somebody. All right. I'll look it up. Let's go.
Teddy Hart, of course he did. And heck, even Zoe Stark, formerly known as Lacey Ryan. Owen Travers had a new life living in Las Vegas, training for
So I criticize men on their gear. Her gear is like super skimpy. That's super skimpy.
Stars of wrestling.
That's like it's like the bare minimum. Who is this? Who is that?
But he was hiding something quite sinister. As in November of 2020, while he was...
Who is that? That was freaking dope. It's a freaking dope-ass spot. Or, I hate that they call it this. They call it I can't even remember the name. I hate it so much. That was... Let's run that back. Props on her. That was nice.
As it was going all good for him.
But
he was hiding something quite sinister. As in November of 2020, while he was still working as a volunteer coach for Future Stars of Wrestling, he was arrested and charged with sexual assault against a child. According to this article,
are they all black men?
He was first investigated by police after a parent reported his teenage daughter said she'd been assaulted by him in 2017.
They're all black men in this video. There's not much time in this video for anybody else.
In 2015. And after years of court dates,
Guys, you gotta stop embarrassing us.
With a child on June 15, 2023. He avoided a prison sentence due to a suspended sentence. However, he must register as a sex offender. Hopefully, Owen Travers is nowhere near involved in wrestling ever again.
That's embarrassing. Thank you. I hope you're proud of yourselves. You can't see this. That's embarrassing. Thank you. I hope you're proud. All right, worse. And I'm doing suggested videos.
GCW are probably the biggest indie wrestling company in the world, and they have done some great things for a company of their level, including the fact they're about to run their second Hammerstein Ballroom show in just about a week or so. There's been a lot of drama and intrigue surrounding that upcoming event, and I'm definitely going to be...
Joey Janela, hit me up. I have a lot of stuff to show. I would do a lot of weird ass shit.
Checking it out for a video, so I thought in the build up to this event, I should go back to the first GCW Hammerstein event that took place 2 years ago and check it out, because I've heard a lot of things about this show, a lot of not so...
Not gay stuff. As much as I'm freaking cool. Like, man, I'll show you my text with my gay friends. Like, I don't like penis and butt. But, I'm super nice to them. They know I'm nice to them. But, it's not my thing. Anyway.
Good things. So guys, like the video, and we're going to check out The World on GCW 2022 live from the Hammerstein Ballroom.
Oh, also, if you don't know this, that's when I had COVID pneumonia and my throat got sliced because of all that stuff. Yeah. I died twice. I was in a 21-day coma. I missed a pay-per-view that I really wanted to see. Anyway, let's go.
In what is an absolute
AEW pay-per-view.
Train wreck of a wrestling show. Let's get into it. Alright, we start off with the pre-show, which there is actually a fair bit to go over on the pre-show. Surprise.
When my dad died, one of the coolest things that I found out was that my dad also drank Pabst Blue Ribbon.
We get a battle royal to open the show. It's chaos as there's 4 people starting out and music just can't stop blaring throughout Hammerstein. I don't get what the intervals or rules for this match are, but entrants seem as though they're coming out 4 at once or consecutively every few minutes. So as a result, it's just sensory overload and music is constantly playing. Participants in this 15-person match include names like Dark Sheik, Psycho Clown, Dustin Thomas, Charles...
Is that Ruckus? That's Ruckus! When was this? I thought it was done. That's Ruckus. Dude. So the only person when I was an arrogant young pro wrestler that was on my level that was black was Ruckus. And then he vanished. I don't know the story.
Charles Mason, indie legends like B-Boy and Lufisto, and even Thunder Rosa is there.
B-Boy.
As well as
I met. Here's my Thunder Rosa story. So, I was working a show in Tucson, and I was my brother was like, yo, my brother, my non-blood brother. I only call him non-blood because people don't. They're like, you had an Irish Italian brother. No, I mean, yeah. If you understand, you should understand. But so he's like, hey, come to this Cactus Wrestling show. You know, Cactus Wrestling, they have like one of the worst reputations ever. So I went to this show, and he's like, hey, there's a meet and greet. And then like we went around, and then there was someone that I had never heard of named Thunder Rosa. And he's like, oh, these are the people I want to see. And my girlfriend, like, and her daughter painted her half face for Thunder Rosa. And I was like, huh, okay. This is like 2018. This is before AEW. And I was trying to talk to her, but she didn't say a word. And then suddenly, someone I know who probably doesn't want me to say her name was like, hey, you want to work this show? I was like, yeah. It's like, do you have your gear? I'm like, I was trained to always have my gear in my car. That's Edge and Christian stuff. I learned that from Edge and Christian. The story of that is that I can't remember which one it was. I think it was Christian. Christian got booked in a WWE match, and they're like, hey, do you have anybody else who can work tonight? And then like Ed's like, oh, I have my gear in my car. Always keep your gear in your car. Always. So I did. Like, works and all. Who's this? Who's texting me? But anyway, I had my gear in my car, so I worked a show with Killer Cross, War Pig, Thunder Rosa. Who's the girl with the bubbles that goes like this? She's back at WWE. I Crime Time. And I had to like shuffle. Okay, so here's the full story. So they told me that I was in just like a throwaway battle royal. They told me that like the battle royal is gonna be the first thing, and then whatever. And I only had my son for a limited time. Otherwise, my mom had to do like another commitment. And then like, thankfully, Tucson is like quite small and swift. And all of a sudden, they're like, we're moving this match like way behind. I was like shaking hands, as you're supposed to do. Always shake everyone's hands. Always. Anyway, so I scrambled, and I had to get my son. Thankfully, since my brother was there, I was like, here's my son, dumped him off in the crowd. And I was shaking hands, and
Thunder Rosa, I'm so sorry. Emma, yes, Emma was another one in that match. Emma's the one I'm thinking of with the bubbles. I interrupted them while they were going over their matches, and I am so sorry. And I've wanted to apologize for like 7 years. Freaking 7 years. I am so sorry. Sorry.
Other GCW and indie guys. And I'm a big Battle Royal guy, but this was just a mess. There's too much happening at once and just constant music and sensory overload like I said. It gets better as the people in the ring lessens for sure, and there's less people and less chaos going on. Lufisto.
Oh, Lufisto. Alright.
Lufisto is easily the star of the match before being...
That gear... I'm Christian, and... blah, 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 blah. Sorry, text. That's freaking cute gear, and she's freaking hot. And, I mean, people have types.
Eliminated second to last, as the final two is Big Vin and Charles Mason, with the former getting the victory as Big Vin gets the big dub. A chaotic match that really set the tone for the rest of the show tonight. And we go straight from that into the pre-show main event, as it's a scramble match involving Alex Zane, Grim Reaper, Jack Cartwheel, Shane Mercer, and Ninja Mac. It's
Grim Reaper? That's freaking dope. Like, it's like if you did it like an Undertaker type gimmick. That's freaking dope. And like a super dark green suit with like red threads through it. Grim Reaper. Let's go.
It's a classic indie spot fest, lots of flips and dives to the outside and people standing waiting to catch each other, which yeah, I enjoy, but I have a feeling we're about to see a lot of that tonight.
What's the matter with spots? What's the matter with spots? What's the matter? No, legitly. Go watch 80s wrestling. Just go watch that. Go watch 80s WWE and live in that world. What's the freaking matter with spots? You have a problem with spots? Go away.
Grim Reaper stands out to me in this match. He's just smoking a blunt while wrestling, and fair enough, that kind of goes.
That's not what I expected. He's not even wearing the frame. You disappoint me, dude.
It was hard. I didn't know he was chill like that. And hey, he gets the win here as well. This match was what it was. It was a...
That guy's freaking skinny as crap. What did he do? What did he do in this match? Now I want to go back and watch this. This is like 140-pound, 5 foot. All right, come at me. All these people that I criticize, come at me. We're all indie wrestlers. Come at me. We're all psychopaths. You know?
Quick one, like 6-7 minutes. It was alright. We then get words from GCW promoter Brett Lauderdale and entrances for the participants in the...
Book me, Brett. Book me. You won't be disappointed.
Ladder match that is opening the main show. Yes, that's right. We've got yet another...
Book me. You won't be disappointed. The guy in the black shirt and the black, I don't know what that, the hoodie and the khaki pants and that smug smile. And the black, I don't know what that, the hoodie and the khaki pants and that smug smile.
Multi-person clusterfuck of a match coming up next. It's PCO, Jimmy Lloyd, Alex Colon, G-Raver, Tony Deppen, Jimmy Lloyd, Jordan Oliver, and AJ Gray all competing in the brass ring ladder match, where the winner will receive a match of their choosing at any time. And this match is, as expected,
a match of their choosing? What does that mean? A match of their choosing? Oh, shoot. A match of their choosing? What does that mean? A match of their choosing? Oh, shoot.
An absolute clusterfuck and an all-round car crash. Lots of ladder offense, obviously, and high spots. G-Raver eats shit jumping off a ladder onto another.
You got a problem with spots? You got a problem with high spots? Never watch anything again beyond 1993. Stop.
The ladder, and then AJ Gray completely eats shit, trying to hit an elbow drop off a ladder in a spot that clearly wasn't thought out or set up correctly at all. AJ Gray does get the win in the end though, unhooking the brass ring. What a train wreck, my word, they clearly did not rehearse this one whatsoever. Anyway, next up we have a 6-man Lucha Tag Rules match up next. It's Team Gringo made up of Gringo Loco, Erez, and Demonic Flamita, taking on Team Band.
I would love to work with Gringo Loco. That's a freaking dope gimmick. That's freaking dope work, like all the time, like fantastic. Go.
Bandido of Bandido ASF and Laredo Kid, with the announcer announcing the wrong team during the first entrance, and we
I thought that dude in the gray shirt with the gray hat or khaki-ish, brownish shirt had like reverse boobs. With the gray hat or khaki-ish, brownish shirt had like reverse boobs.
still haven't had a singles match yet in 4 matches. It's Lucha Rules like I said, so tags can be made by simply just exiting the ring. This match was okay, best of the night so far, which isn't really saying much, obviously. It was a high spot fest, and there was some indie bullshit on here, obviously, but it was exactly as advertised.
What is indie bullshit? What is indie bullshit? I wish he would answer me. I haven't asked him, I haven't reached out. What is indie bullshit? Like, seriously. From what I understand, from what he's saying, indie bullshit is the thing that people love in 15 years.
And I love me some Lucha Libre, and Team Gringo gets the win here.
Me and Lucha Libre, I grew up with, I watched CMLL and AAA. Me and Lucha Libre, I grew up, here was my every Monday. When I was in high school, I watched AAA, I watched CMLL with my best friend Jason, and then we would watch WWE Raw because I had DirecTV because I was a young kid working and I had a job. And that's like one of the things I paid for was DirecTV satellite. I'd buy us a pizza because Jason didn't have a job or really work much. We'd go get snacks. Octagon. Octagon was my dude. Octagon was my freaking dude. And I almost had a chance to meet him, but I messed up. He was in Phoenix. I met other people that were there. I never met Cibernetico. Oh my gosh. Okay. If you're a young kid and you think, ole, 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 Osprey, Osprey, you think that's his? That's Cibernetico's. That's Cibernetico's. That's Cibernetico's. That came from Cibernetico. No, learn your history. Let's go.
We finally get a singles match up next as it's Blake Christian versus Lio Rush. I think this match was a last.
Blake Christian gets a bad. I don't know if he does any bad things behind the scenes, but he has a bad rep, and it's not. I don't think it's cool unless I know he's like a really bad dude.
Minute addition to the card from what I'm aware. And it kind of felt like I was watching AEW Collision or Ring of Honor at Hammerstein with this match here, and it was actually
that Lio Rush gear. That's sick gear.
A fairly straight.
That is a bad pause. Let's go. Bad pause.
Forward match in all fairness, especially in comparison to the other matches before and after it on this card. And I definitely like seeing a bit of a normal match on this car crash of a show I've seen so far. And Blake Christian.
That's short gear, man. That's weird. That's weird gear. That's very short. Alright, man.
Picks up the win here in some good high octane action. Oh god, up next though, it's the indie god Matt Cardona being accompanied by Chelsea Green up against Joey Janela. And
Matt Cardona is the GOAT. There are workers, and there are fantastic people in the business. Sorry, he's not the GOAT. He's number 2. Chris Jericho is the GOAT on all levels. All levels. Matt Cardona is what you want to be as a professional wrestler. You fight through everything, and you destroy everyone in your path. And you get booked and booked and booked and booked and booked and booked. I love you, man. I wish I could meet you.
I'm expecting one of the most overbooked matches.
You probably can't help me anymore. Well, maybe you can. But I freaking love you, dude.
Of all time here. Cardona and Chelsea come out to enter Sandman for Ultimate Heat. Holy motherfucking shit, is that a motherfucking ECW reference? They have a pretty normal match here for the first few minutes that I was actually kind of enjoying, before weapons like a chair get brought in and they start using it for spots. But Chelsea Green out of nowhere stops Matt Cardona from using it and then low blows him, looking like she betrayed him, and then she looks to help Janela but betrays him too as well. And Cardona then reveals he was wearing a couple.
Again, Joey Janela, hit me up.
All along, and it was all a big fib. I will give it to them, that was unique, I gotta say. The overbooking begins though as Smart Mark Sterling comes out on the mic and tells Janela he can be DQ'd in this match for using Cardona's belt, and then tells Vince to come out here as a guy.
Smart Mark, love you. I reached out, you didn't get back, it's all good. That's how things work.
The Vince McMahon mask comes out to No Chance in Hell, and he takes off the mask to reveal it was Virgil, I believe that was, and then he just leaves as Sterling runs in.
Rest in peace, Virgil.
But is taken out instantly. Hornswoggle then appears under the ring and attacks Janela. Then some random guy called Stackhouse attacks Swoggle, and wait a minute, this is the same guy from the NWA show we just reviewed recently. How has this guy made 2 cameos in my last 2 videos? Just running out on a...
I can't get booked. Does he literally live around the corner? I can't get booked in GCW, not even in Phoenix. Does he literally live around the corner? I'm mad at all y'all. Freaking book me.
Announced both times. Well, at least I know who this guy is now. These two fight for minutes whilst the actual competitors of this match are selling, but then announced both times. Well, at least I know
that's like Fupa. The P in Fupa is a P. That's male Fupa. That's hardcore, man. And I couldn't get booked in Phoenix. That's how things work. That's how things work. And I couldn't get booked in Phoenix. That's how things work. That's how things work.
Then in comes Marco Stunt, who launches a chair at Swoggle, and this is the most video game match of all time. How many run-ins has there been? Take a shot for every one. Double door spots as Janela and Stunt put Cardona and Swoggle through doors, and then Chelsea hits a destroyer.
A door isn't necessarily harder than a table. I think people started doing that because doors were more available. It's weird. Doors are weird to me.
On Marco Stunt. The two keep punishing Janela with weapons.
Marco, I miss you. I miss doing your matches on AEW. I don't know what happened. I really don't know. But I do miss you. You were a fantastic worker before AEW, and you're a fantastic worker as far as I know now. Peace, Marco.
But Janela hits a pile driver on Chelsea before a guy in a helmet runs out and spears Janela through a door. It's revealed to be Brian Myers for the 27th run-in of the match, and Matt Cardona hits a Rough Rider through the door for the win. And
Brian Myers, also elite, freaking elite. I don't know how you guys can afford to be in the gyms like that. I can't, but you guys keep up your weight and you keep up your stuff. That's a lot of protein, bro.
And the fans throw trash into the ring to end what was just a shit show of a match. X-Pac of all people then shows up and attacks them, and well...
X-Pac big times people. not cool. Big timing people isn't cool. You don't. Do you know what big timing is? Big timing is like I've been such and such and so and wherever, and you're not worth anything. What big timing is. That's not cool. It's not cool. It's a really, really jerk thing to do. I've seen X-Pac and China have sex. That thing exists. It's a weird thing to see, but it exists. Yeah. What is it? One night in China? I don't even know if that exists anymore. Rest in peace, China. Sure, she was probably nice.
My prediction for the most overbooked match of all time was completely correct. This entire thing was horrible. The match started out well as well, but broke down so...
Wait, did he shave his beard from when he went through the crowd?
Cardona hits a Rough Rider through the door for the win, and the fans throw trash into the ring to end what was just a shit show of a match. X-Pac of all people then shows up and attacks them.
That beard looks different, right? Am I crazy? I'm not crazy, right? That looks hardcore white. Right,
and well, my prediction for the most overbooked match of all time was completely correct. This entire thing was horrible. The match started out well as well, but broke down so quick and was just bullshit for 20 minutes. All the run-ins on Janela were so reminiscent of AJ Styles' final TNA match, and this easily goes down as my worst match of the night. Anyway, Mance Warner then comes out. He's returning from injury, I think the commentary said. He does some yapping on the mic before Atticus Koga interrupts him to yap himself, and the two start brawling. Matthew Justice interferes to help out the mic.
Matthew Justice. My first name was Patrick Kilpatrick because I learned about this mayor in Detroit named Kwame Kilpatrick. And I wanted to be like the Suicide King and doing all this crazy stuff. So I named myself Patrick Kilpatrick. That's what my rap name is, Pat Kilpat. That's the short part. They're bad names, and they're like really bad names.
And then the members of the 44-0 stable, aka...
Let's work. Potato me. I'll potato you back. I'm trained.
Eddie Only, Gregory Iron, and Bobby Beverly come out to help even the odds. They grab
Gregory Iron.
Grab the skewers and look to use them, but the lights go out. They come back on, and it's Sabu and Bill Alfonso. The babyfaces destroy 44-0 with chairs, and they beat them down.
From what So from what I understand, Sabu lived his life. He had a weird eye. So in my video, like earlier in this video, I said I believe in more like believable stuff in working. And Sabu apparently was like, botches happen because botches happen in real life. That's like my punches. That's like my punches. Like, it's the same philosophy. Probably not the best, but it is what it is.
Cool, I guess. Always good to see Sabu and Bill Alfonso back at Hammerstein, and it says a lot about the match quality that an angle is one of the better parts of this show. Anyway, for the next match, we've got Ali Catch versus Ruby Soho. We get a very well-made inspirational video package for Ali before the match, and this got me pretty hyped and looking forward to the match. But as for the match itself, it was just alright. The match disappointingly was one of the...
Don't you dare shame her on her body. Don't shame her on her body. There are people that find different shapes of people beautiful. I think she is extremely hot right there. I mean, the hair, got like normal hair, but body-wise, she's incredibly cute, incredibly hot, and people have different body types.
Shortest of the night, it clocked in at just over 9 minutes as the shortest match on the main card.
Ruby's hot too, but I don't want to be disrespectful to her husband. and I wish them the best, and I pray their baby is healthy and cool. Yeah.
And second shortest overall. The match was fine, like I said, it just didn't really feel as though it kicked into a second gear. It was kind of the same pace the whole match, and maybe the time they were given affected that, but also the match felt like it didn't really have any stakes. Ali Catch, I know, is a GCW regular, and I guess you could say a homegrown talent from GCW, whereas Ruby Soho was making her first...
Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
First and only ever appearance for GCW with this match, so there was no real stakes or heat in this match. There was that video package, like I said, which kind of created the story for the match with Ali, but it was more or less made redundant when Ruby Soho got the win over Ali Catch, and like I said, never appeared in GCW again. I think Ali Catch probably should have won this one, but hey, I guess it didn't affect her GCW career, because 2 years later, she might be about to main event their upcoming Hammerstein show for the world title, which is crazy. But we go to Jeff Jarrett versus Effy, which is up next. This match has been built up for a while, and is one of the marquee matches of the night. The crowd are fully behind Effy for this one, but I feel as though this match kind of suffered from the same issues as the last one, in that it didn't really hit the next.
That's freaking hilarious. He has Daddy on the front of his stuff. Go. Good job, dude.
Gear. Jeff Jarrett dominated much of the match, and early on is even using a belt to throw him around and whip him and choke him. And this goes on genuinely for
Jeff Jarrett is underrated. He's freaking underrated. He disrupted the industry. I've messaged him. We've talked in emails. I could show him if you really want to see him. But he's a freaking. I mean, I don't know him personally, but in my impressions with him, and this is a funny freaking screenshot. Jeff Jarrett is. Dusty's gone. Outside of. Okay, so as far as pro wrestling, in my opinion, Jeff Jarrett is pro wrestling. At me. I don't care.
For what feels like forever, as he's just destroying Effy with this belt for minutes on end in this matchup. Effy finally dodges and finally makes his comeback and gets his receipt with the belt. He goes for a senton but misses. Jarrett tries to smash the guitar over him but misses. Then Effy tries to do it but is denied, and then Jarrett does do it, and he hits the stroke with the guitar still on Effy's head to get the win, and yet again, another GCW regular loses to a veteran. The crowd are not happy with this one. Once again, I feel as though this match had the exact same issues as the last match, except this one did actually have more of a story going into it. Veteran beating the GCW regular, and a match that just failed to really kick up to the next pace and was kind of the same pace the entire match, and just wasn't amazing. It was more or less just a match in the end, which is a shame. Next up though, we've got a match with some huge star power, as it's Homicide challenging Jon Moxley for the GCW title. The two veterans show respect before the match starts, as they immediately kick off with a strike exchange and inviting the other to hit harder. They brawl on the title.
Moxley, okay, Moxley is an elite. He's not, he's a very unique worker. He's not a body guy. He's a lean guy. It's kind of like in the middle. Like he's not, but he's a brute. Like that's the type I would say he's a brute. It's a hardcore brute. I'm a slightly chubby brute. Now, what happens in this match?
The outside and around Hammerstein, and I liked this match. I was,
you know, again, it's kind of funny that this whole like body shaming stuff, all judged on our bodies. That's the thing that you're too tall, you're too short, you're too slow, you're too fast, you're too chubby, you're too violent, you're too everything. They don't know. They don't get it. people don't get it. It's all about getting over.
Low-key expecting a classic Mox bloodbath for this one, but they just had a nice, somewhat simple match. With some good spots, some nice simple psychology, and they do get some chairs in and some weapons in at one point. But I wouldn't say it goes so super overboard like we're about to see in the main event soon, spoiler alerts. But you can tell that these two have worked together so many times before. In fact, this is the 5th of 6 different wrestling companies these two guys have worked together for. Homicide with a big senton to the outside, they continue in the ring as Mox hits a Death Rider, but Homicide kicks out. Some weapons finally do come in as Mox brings out the chairs and hits the Death Rider on.
At a certain point, only people that you freaking love can kick out of your finish. Like love, like hardcore, like this is a very good friend. At a certain point, that's whoever it is.
On the chairs, but Homicide once again kicks out. One more for good luck, and this time Homicide doesn't kick out, and Mox gets the win and retains in what I thought was a pretty nice match. Anyway, we're on to the main event now as the Briscoes are out.
You know what? No.
In what I thought was a pretty nice match.
He's kissing him. You know why he's kissing him? Because we live in a freaking disgusting ass industry that is gross. And they're hardcore people that never get chances, never get things right. And then you can have an opportunity to have a fantastic match with them. Because you freaking love these people. And there's nothing, you know, he's not gay. They didn't go in the lockers and like bang each other. It's freaking love. It's freaking love of a friend. Love of a friend. And the most affectionate thing you can do to a friend is to kiss them. And to kiss them on the forehead. And I have kissed men on the forehead. And I'm not gay. That's not what you do. You work hard, man. Some people see their dreams. Some people don't. Some people don't. Some people never achieve their dreams, and it has nothing to do with anything in their control. D'Lo Brown is normally my favorite. My favorite pro wrestler is Stone Cold Scorpio. My second favorite wrestler is Rob Van Dam. My third is D'Lo Brown. Not disrespectfully. But you know, Mox, you're up there. Because, like, you humbled yourself to be like, this is my friend. I freaking love him. Freaking love him. We worked a freaking great match. It's like, it's like if there was Shakespeare and then there was like another Shakespeare. I don't know. I mean, sorry, I don't know plays and stuff, but it's like Shakespeare and a different Shakespeare. And you're like, we made a fantastic piece of art. Man, I'm so glad I saw this.
Anyway, we're on to the main event now as the Briscoes are out and they're ready to defend their GCW tag titles, and answering the challenge is Matt Tremont and Nick Gage, who comes out to For Whom the Bell Tolls in what I believe was a big return for him to a major ovation, the hottest I've seen the crowd all night. And with the crowd this hot for the main event of the show, you'd think these guys would be given a good amount of time for the match, but
you know there were GCWs before GCW? You know there were dark, freaking grungy companies in the early 80s? I don't know who they are, but they existed. There's no brotherhood like this. I mean, there is, like, military, but there were promotions like this. There were dudes that were like making note. Let's go. It existed before. It's just nice to be able to see the videos.
You'll see. The bell rings and instantly within seconds, Gage spears Jay through the door in the corner, then they all bring weapons in and go to war with them, with Gage and Tremont gaining the upper hand early on. Briscoes get back into it with a cool dive from Mark to the outside to put Tremont through the door, then more doors come in, and I'm just wondering how many damn doors have been under the ring tonight? To get a froggy elbow to Gage through the door, then Gage with a pile driver through the door to Mark.
Having a door under the ring doesn't make any sense at all. It's just, it doesn't. There's no ring psychology to a door under the... It's funny. It's funny, but there's no logic to it.
Briscoe, he hits a backbreaker, and then that's all she wrote. He gets the 1, 2, 3 from the pin off the backbreaker, as the breakup for the pin is only just missed, which maybe kind of looked like a botch, but I couldn't really tell, and the match finishes after 5 minutes of nothing but door action and an anticlimactic ending with a backbreaker as the finish after a pile driver through a door. I enjoyed the door spots, but come on, this was the main event and we got 5 minutes. Gage and Tremont are the new champs, which is good for them, but man, this match was a total bust. Gage gets on the mic and gets all the GCW roster out in the ring, and all the people who lost tonight are just now chilling, having a good time in the ring, and losing just meant nothing, I guess. 3 out of 10 for this show in total, if I had to give it a rating out of 10. Just an absolute shit show, shit fest of a wrestling show. 80% of the matches were completely overbooked. I know obviously GCW is an indie company and No Psychology Spot Fest are kind of their style, and I don't mind matches like that, trust me, but
that's disrespectful. That's disrespectful. There are different types of psychology. Go watch freaking 80s wrestling. Go. This guy sucks. Go. I said it like 3 times. No psychology. There's different types of psychology. You lose.
So many of these matches were just complete clusters and just weren't straightforward in the slightest whatsoever. Matt Cardona versus Joey Janela was just a horrible watch, and that's a shame because I actually really like both guys. Women's match was disappointing. Once again, I really like both people in this match, and I think the company was kind of working against them with that match in a way. And I noticed that the second half of the show, the match lengths were a lot shorter than the first half, so I feel as though they were definitely cut for time, and that...
I don't know. You didn't show time length. And I don't feel like looking it up.
Might play into why the main event was only 5 minutes. But yeah, that's it for my review.
That's a short main event. That is true.
Of GCW The World on GCW 2022, live from the Hammerstein Ballroom. In about a week or so, we have The People versus GCW 2025, live from the Hammerstein Ballroom once again, for their second show in the Hammerstein. And while I definitely do give GCW credit for the fact they're even able to run shows in the Hammerstein, it's very cool that an indie company is able to do that. I
would love to work in the Hammerstein. Other than MSG. And actually, no. F MSG. I would love to work in the Hammerstein. Hammerstein's where I want to work the most. That's where the best. When I was young, before I was a worker, the best place to work was the Hammerstein. I don't care about MSG. I want to work in the Hammerstein. Like I work in the Hammerstein, I die happy.
I really do hope that this upcoming show is a lot better than this.
It's not impossible. It's unlikely.
Hopefully they've learned from their mistakes in this show here. They even acknowledged how bad the show was in the video package and hype package for The People versus GCW, which is funny. Time will tell though. We'll see how that show is once we review it in about a week or so. But that's been it from me. Like this video if you did enjoy it. Subscribe to be the first to see that video and turn notifications on to get notified the moment it comes out, and you can click on that shit instantly. That's it from me, guys. See you all in the next one. Goodbye and keep on rolling.
Wrestling videos. So I'm gonna go rando indie wrestling. Indiana wrestling. I'm gonna go rando indie wrestling. That is horrible spelling. Still horrible wrestling. I don't care. It's more about time. What is this? Still horrible wrestling. I don't care.
Right guys, so recently I did a video discussing some of the craziest and most shocking incidents and controversies in
Is this the
independent
same guy
wrestling,
and
you guys seem to
I
really
gave a
enjoy
negative
that, so
to?
I'm back here with another video discussing some of the more craziest incidents in the history of independent wrestling, specifically shoot incidents. Basically,
it's hard to jump off someone's back. It's hard. It's a hard thing to do. It's just better not to try unless you know them so well, like, and you've perfected it. All right, continue. Let's go.
Moments at indie shows where matches turned a bit.
That's dark. Let's go. Hold on.
Right guys, so recently I did a video discussing some of the craziest and most shocking incidents and controversies in independent wrestling, and you guys seem to really enjoy that, so I'm back here with another video discussing some of the more craziest incidents in the history of independent wrestling, specifically shoot incidents.
This is the quality of a lot of my matches. It's no one's fault. It's video technology. I'm sure there are like phenomenal people that are like 8 times better than I think of myself. But there's no video. Or America's Funniest Home Video people.
The moments at indie shows where matches turned a bit real or just
What is
turned
that?
into a straight up real fight. So like
This look. That's the most bizarre. That singlet? Why? Why? And I know it's been worn a lot. But it's a weird thing to wear. It's a freaking weird thing to. Yeah, let's go. Yeah.
video as we discussed the first.
Sorry for saying let's go, but I'm just continuing.
Item on this list, which is one of the stranger items I've discussed in one of these videos, as you might be familiar with YouTuber Grimm's Toy.
What is that? What is that face? What? You got a Japanese tattoo, you have a Transformers tattoo, and you're making a weird face, and that haircut's unusual. All right. I'm not watching murderer videos again, am I?
Show who's been on the platform for a good while now. I definitely used to watch him when I was younger, I can say that for sure, but Grimm's Toy Show also takes independent bookings here and there from what I understand, and also runs his own promotion. And I remember him being involved in a strange incident where he was legit attacked at an independent.
What a waste. Alright.
Independent wrestling show.
No gear, basketball trunks. What a waste.
I remember seeing this as a kid when Grimm's Toy Show was making videos talking about it, and in research I found this took place in 2017 at a JCPW show.
That's
I'm guessing it was an unplanned
figures.
spot as they talking about it, and in research I found this took place in 2017.
Some people dedicate themselves to one thing. He dedicates himself to action figures. I dedicate myself to Nintendo. I buy Nintendo games and play Nintendo games. Yeah, this is outside of Jesus, by the way. Of course, that's number one. But I don't collect things other than really cool Nintendo stuff. But not like that. That's a lot. That's like layers and layers and layers. If this guy is married, I'm embarrassed that I'm not married.
Come out here, they jump him, they even powerbomb him at one point, as footage shows all of this, and Grimm also goes on to discuss it on his channel.
What was he doing with his hand? What was that?
This, and Grimm also goes on to discuss it on his channel.
That's weird. It's not gross. I mean, it's kind of gross, but that's weird. That was weird. It's not gross. Like, what does that mean? It's kind of gross, but what does this mean? That was weird. It's marketable, absolutely. What does that mean? But what does this mean? That's weird. That's weird. He's tall, but he weighs like 150 pounds.
They're buddies now. Wait, they do fight. They're buddies now. Look at them. Get out. Give me a mic. Get out. I know we were good before, but hey, the fact that you guys are even allowed in the ring is a disgrace to professional wrestling. It is disgusting. Get out of our ring. You don't deserve to be in this ring like we do. You don't deserve it. You know what?
He doesn't deserve to be in the ring, but he's the most monstrous one of them. Yeah, he would. If given the chance, he would kill them all.
Everybody unfollow JC or whatever the fuck this place is. Suck my dick. Very professional. Why don't you get some training first?
I don't know if that was a shoot, but that's believable.
Their names were Aaron Bradley and Brandon Kirk. And after our match, they jumped in the ring and attacked us. Legit, for real. Like, you know, professional wrestling is a show. Okay? But this was not part of the show. And I was punched in the back of the head very hard by one of these guys. I don't know which one because they're unknowns. And that's why they're mad. Okay? And I got punched in the back of the head, and I got rocked, and I saw stars, and so I got rocked in the...
Seeing stars is not pleasant. It's not pleasant.
Back of the head. What was that? And my first instinct, if someone's attacking me, is I'm going to attack them back. So I clocked this guy in the back of the head as he was about to attack Rojo. Meanwhile, the other dude had grabbed Jay Evans and gave him a power bomb, and I'll give it to you, the power bomb looked like, you know, a show. You know? But the punch that I took to the back of the head was not. Okay? And I don't know, the guy who hit me was going after Rojo. God knows what he would have done had I not retaliated.
I don't know if this guy knows what a potato is. That's... If you don't know what a potato is... I don't know who trained you, but they trained you poorly.
Retaliated and got him back.
So next incident involves former WWE mid-carder Manu, who there's a very good chance you don't remember, but he was just like the lower mid-card member of Legacy, that stable, if you remember them. He now goes by Alpha Jr., and if this clip of him shooting on an opponent, a younger opponent, and Legacy, that stable, if you remember them.
Alpha Jr. is not in WWE. What happened? Something weird happened.
An independent show is anything to go off, then there's very good reason he never...
They're hiring all their family. Like, legitimately, like 15% of WWE is all one family. That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen in any promotion. Like, 15%? Go.
Never made it far in the WWE. And apparently this
That's
stemmed
a good
from the
look.
fact that the kid was doing a Samoan gimmick, even though he wasn't actually Samoan, so Alpha felt the need to do this in the ring, rather than discussing it backstage, you know?
Oh my
What
god!
the?
What
What is going on?
Holy shit! What the fuck?
What the hell
He didn't even ring the bell!
What? No! You do this, I'm gouging your eyeballs out.
Oh my god! Keep him away from me! Oh my...
No eyes. No eyes. I'm gouging your eyeballs out. Never let anybody do this to you. Kill. No.
God! Wait, what? Oh my god. Jesus, indeed.
unless they raped your kid. They raped your kid, then yeah, sure. But I don't think that's what happened here.
Aura.
I wouldn't even wait for the 10 count. I would leave.
Dude, the aura's unreal.
Yeah, the referee shouldn't touch his hand.
Get this piece of shit out of my fucking ring.
You're the piece of shit.
I don't know what fucking island you think you come from, but it sure as fuck ain't the South Pacific, you piece of shit.
Oh my God.
This is not cosplay. You got some bad advice from some bad fucking trainers, because
I don't know where this guy's from, but now I actually understand, like, if he was like faking being something that he wasn't, yeah, I get that. If there was someone who was saying they were like black, and they weren't black, Sean King, I would do that to Sean King in the ring. So yeah, maybe I'm wrong on this one, and yeah, I would do that and more.
I don't play wrestling. I bled for this shit. My family bled for this shit for generations. I am not gonna let no bullshit.
Generations, legit. Freaking generations. Freaking generations. Facts.
Next up is an
Puerto
incident
Rican.
that involves New Jack, who I could make an entire video just talking about some of his craziest controversies and
Why would a Puerto Rican claim to be Samoan? Frizzy hair? Why would a Puerto Rican claim to be Samoan? That's a weird thing to do, my dude. That's a weird thing to do. Alright, let's go.
incidents and drama he's been caught in. I could probably do that very soon, and maybe I will. But this one was suggested by Larry Bundy Jr. in the comments of my last Indie Wrestling Show video, so I thought I would discuss it here, and I have actually heard of it before, and that is the New Jack versus Gypsy Joe incident. And basically, you may have heard of this match as the infamous match where New Jack just beats up on a 70-year-old man. At least that's how I had heard of it originally. This took place at NWA Main Event Wrestling Columbia in 2003, and as the match goes on, it just gets more uncomfortable, and it's almost like the crowd kind of realize that they're witnessing like a murder happening in real time.
But for those that don't know who Gypsy Joe is, he's an old little guy, about 76 years old. And Gypsy Joe was probably over when gas was about 12 cents a gallon.
No.
But for those that don't know who Gypsy Joe is, he's an old little guy, about 76 years old.
Yes, having hair is fine. But if your hair is like this, give it up. Give it up. Give it up.
And Gypsy Joe was probably over when gas was about 12 cents a gallon. He was a star way back in the day.
New Jack looks like he has a butt on his face. Rest in peace, but he looks like he has a butt on his face. Like a butt upside down on his face.
Way back in the day, back during the time where he probably tag team with Moses and Jesus. He was way back there, dog.
When he tag team with Moses and Jesus. That's fantastic.
And Gypsy Joe decides that he wants to do a match against me.
Oh my gosh!
okay. He looks naked right there. That's why you don't wear trunks that small. Oh my gosh. Gross.
So I go to Tennessee to meet this guy to do these promos at this TV studio. And I walk in, it's this big old white boy sitting there all muscled up. Then there's this.
Wait, is this a
So I go
shared
to Tennessee
shirt?
to meet this guy to do these promos at this TV studio. And I walk in, it's this big old white boy sitting there all muscled up.
Look, that's the same shirt. It's a white dude and a black dude. We're white dudes and black dudes buy furniture. If you get the reference, you get the reference. But you don't buy like synced shirts like that. That has to be somebody's shirts.
Then there's this little bitty white dude.
Don't New Jack, that's a penis, Joe.
So
You're better than that.
What's up,
Well,
man?
maybe you're not.
He said,
Maybe
you're not Joe. He said, no, that's Joe right there. So I looked at him. I'm like, okay, they playing with me. But he said, no, I'm Joe. It's okay. So I go to the promoter. I said, so what you want me to do with this guy? He said, have a match with him. He's hard as nails. He's tough as leather. I said, bro, I can't.
Hard as nails. It's a work. Our business is a work.
Do one or two things with him. I said I can either beat him to death or go out there and do a comedy match and lose dollar value in my name.
Has New Jack ever done a comedy match? Unless this is a comedy match, I don't think he has.
He can take anything you do. Okay.
I don't think he has.
So I go to the show and it's just country hicks, rednecks, no teeth, stinking, no shoes. I mean, it was disgusting.
No shoes.
And I'm usually accepted as the good guy. But in Tennessee, if I came in there with some angel wings and a halo, I'm not going to be the good guy. They won't let me.
Funny.
So when I walked out, I knew I was in for something. When, you know, sometimes I take my bandana
Don't
off and
throw
throw it
that
in the
chair
audience.
at him.
Well, I threw it in the audience and they threw it back. They didn't want it. They didn't want no part of me. So now New Jack gets in the ring. Gypsy Joe comes out wearing his pink tights and little panty things.
That is
and
like
his
the
nice
gross.
pretty coat.
If a guy came out in those trunks, I'd walk away. That is like the grossest thing in the entire world. Looking like that, that's gross. It's freaking gross.
And his hair is blotted and splotched. And he got little, it won't even dye no more, it's just gray, and then his bald head spotting it. You know. And we started the match. And Gypsy Joe will not sell nothing that I did. In other words, if I punched him, like I didn't
What
punch him.
was that?
So then he headbutted me in my nose. Now, I got enough nose as it is, and he just smashed it. So then I went on the attack, and I beat him.
I hope you got paid a lot for this New Jack.
I wrapped ball right around his head, snatched it off, and a big old piece of hair in it. And I took a baseball bat and pinged him across the top of his head and beat him.
I wouldn't do
and
baseball bat,
everybody in the
but
audience was calling me the N-word, and I was putting that whooping on Joe like it wasn't gonna be no tomorrow.
We're no
The
friends.
promoter came out and stopped the match. He said I was stopping the match due to unnecessary roughness.
That's unnecessary roughness? You hear that crowd? It's a hardcore match. Unnecessary roughness?
And the match ended. I went downstairs and got my bag and got a trunk of somebody's car and we left. Because they called the cops.
He didn't drink any. No drink until the end of that story.
About the match that me and him had because off the record he told somebody that was the worst beating he ever took in his life, thought I was gonna kill him. And actually, if I could have gotten away with it, I would have. Because it comes a time and point in this business where you get too old to do this. You're too young to do it, then you're too old to do it. And his day done came and went long time ago.
Yep.
And me having the reputation I have in this business,
you killed it, dude.
You might not
legally,
like me, but you will respect me. And if not, you'll be laying up beside him in the hospital, or I'll beat the fool out you.
And the final incident to discuss is something that took place at an RWA independent show in 2019 as a veteran would shoot.
RWA. I work for an RWA. It is not this one. That RWA at me. I work for an RWA. It's not this one. Probably the worst trash. I mean, outside of Cactus, because Cactus rip people off, but RWA. Oh, come at me. You think you're twins. Come, bring it.
Shoot on a younger worker, that being Brad Anderson, who is the son.
Be sad, Sean.
Of Gene Anderson, and he was facing younger wrestler Jacob Ryan, and this match for no good reason just turns into a straight up shoot assault from Brad to Jacob, so bad that the promoter himself and other wrestlers had to come out and break it up and release a statement. Brad Anderson would later come out and say the reason this happened was because Jacob Ryan had injured his son Carter with a sloppy clothesline on the previous show, and so he handled it old school here, which once again, just talk about it backstage. I don't know why veterans have to act this way.
What is this supposed to? That guy is like a weird BS, like that guy is like Timu Goldberg.
In the back ain't happening.
That's not pro wrestling. What is going on?
Heard that.
This is MMA stuff. That's not what we come to shows for. This is MMA stuff, and it's pretty gross. Move.
Yep. Come on, man, move.
Move. Yeah, exactly. If you're gay, you like this. If you're not gay, you don't. That is not pro wrestling, and that is gay. And if you think that I'm a homophobe, I will give you a list of my gay friends, and they will tell you the same, that I am not gay. This is some freaking gay stuff. What in the world is that?
No, this is turn personal.
What is that?
That's real.
Yes, that is real. I'm not selling anything for them.
Hey, come on, man.
All right, now. Hey, Red, you got to get out there and stop that, brother.
The referee can't stop this.
Hey, come on, man. Get him off. Jesus Christ.
It's like something happened to that dude. Like something happened to that
what
dude.
was up with that, dude?
Jesus Christ, you're twice his size. 5 times his skill set. The fuck, man?
Something
that went too
really
far, bro.
bizarre happened there.
No, he shot on him for real. That was too far, bro.
Yes, he did shoot on him.
Nah, that was too much. Way too
Keep
much.
him away. That guy's a
That was
psycho.
wrong. That was way wrong.
No fucking sense in that, man.
Crap, get him out of here.
That guy's a psycho. Pro wrestling is a work. It's a work. Not fake. It's a work. Pro wrestling is a work.
Yeah, the ref should have stopped that a lot.
Not fake. It's a work.
Yeah, just another case of a mark wrestler, a wrestler who's a total mark for himself, similarly to Afa, who I mentioned before. But yeah, that about covers it for some of the more craziest incidents in the world of independent
Let's see
wrestling.
what
If
else
you can
we can-
think of any others, then leave them in the comments down below. I love doing these videos on independent wrestling because there's things that I found out that I had never known, so it's always interesting to research these videos and make them happen, so I hope you did enjoy that. Like the video if you did
Now that looks
enjoy,
like a
and
weird
subscribe
video.
notifications on so you never miss a video on the Thompson Wrestling channel. I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye, and keep on rolling.
Now that looks like a weird I guess we'll do this one.
Right, so we've been talking all about indie wrestling and shoot incidents that took place on the independent circuit as of recent on the channel, so no messing about. Let's get straight into this video where we're doing just that again.
Someone is trying to like bully or like take advantage of.
No, we didn't.
We've been talking all about indie wrestling and shoot incidents that took place on the independent circuit as of recent on the channel, so no messing about. Let's get straight into this video where we're doing just that again. We're talking the craziest independent wrestling shoots, fights, and incidents, so like the video as we talk about the first one, which is a match that took place between Rachel Ellering and Christy Janes at a Wrestle Circus show in 2017. Wrestle Circus is a company in independent wrestling that shut down a few years ago, and they were quite synonymous for having a fair few issues, this being one of them, this match right here. This took place on a show in 2017, like I said, on a show that was dedicated to Cody Rhodes, and this was actually their second time.
Hold on. Hold on. Bootleg Rick Steiner.
As of recent on the channel, so no messing about. Let's get straight into this video where we're doing just that again. We're talking the craziest independent wrestling shoots, fights, and incidents, so like the video as we talk about the first one, which is a match that took place between Rachel Ellering and Christy Janes at a Wrestle Circus show.
Okay. Being a professional wrestler is about trust. You let them know that these are our plans. Sometimes you just make up plans in the ring. That is a thing. But you're supposed to take care of your people. It's a brotherhood, sisterhood, whatever you want to call it. It's supposed to be safe. And what I'm seeing in some of these videos, they're not safe. Supposed to be safe.
In 2017. Wrestle Circus is a company in independent wrestling that shut down a few years ago, and they were quite.
This logo is cool. It's like freaking dope till you see a bow tie right there. This logo is cool. That is horrendous.
Synonymous for having a fair few issues, this being one of them, this match right here. This took place on a show in 2017, like I said, on a show that was dedicated to Cody Rhodes, and this was actually their second time facing before. They had actually met before in Wrestle Circus the year prior and had a fine match, but and this was actually their second time facing before.
This is a clean chair shot. It's on the right side. I don't like the angle of her neck. She may have moved it to make sure that the contact was proper, because if she hit the top part, then that would have been really bad. A smiling face on her is not necessarily what I would like to see. I would like to see a really aggressive face. That is not a good angle. That's not a good angle at all. Alright.
But in this match, for whatever reason, it completely broke down, as at a certain point they both just stopped selling each other, trying to work, and eventually just stopped wrestling all in all, and go straight to the finish in a very, very awkward match.
Consecutive wins under their belts. They met back on February the 19th. Rachel Ellering capturing the Lady of the Ring title. After that matchup, Christy decided to kind of shake things up a little bit and headed over to Japan for a bit, did some training over there. And said that she really expanded her horizons.
She's trying to choke her.
Her wrestling
She's trying
repertoire.
to choke her.
And the cover here by Christy.
She's going to punch her.
Rachel gets the shoulder up. And Christy Janes, like she's trying to cloverleaf. Again, Rachel perhaps
this is
the more
not
experienced
working.
grappler of the two. And
so, when, this is not, I was a kid, me and my friend Raul, we wrestled, and like I was a WWE guy, and he was like a amateur wrestling guy, and we were trying to I don't know what we were doing. We're trying to beat each other, win over each other. I don't know what we were doing. That's what this looks like. Like I believed in the pageantry of pro wrestling, and he was like, "That doesn't work. This is real stuff." And that's the slurming and grossness and slithering. This is real stuff. That's what this is. These like this is not a coordinated event like like pro wrestling is. This is like someone's trying to hurt somebody, or prove something. Yeah. This is like someone's trying to hurt somebody, or prove something.
Channel, so no messing about. Let's get straight into this
I
video.
lost it. So. Not that. I did not want to see that again. That was not pleasant. What is this? You have a promo on this?
Cool, and this is what we got as a result.
All right, full respect. Ladies and gentlemen, if I could have your attention for a moment. Now, we're
Nice
in the
gear.
Young Boy Trial Series with Ryan Kidd, who's gone public and said he's the fakest fake wrestler out there today. Now,
Fakest fake wrestler out there? I need to see what he's talking about.
he's gone so far as to cut a promo on me, telling me what time it's going to be with a revolution that he's going to bring to the ring with me tonight.
I don't know what that is.
So, because you good people have not paid your hard-earned dollars to see a fake, this is going to be a real wrestling contest. Now,
Unless that's a word. It's a weird thing to say.
to encourage him, do not let him submit. Do not let him give up. Do not let him tap out. I want you to
The
encourage him.
crowd doesn't
I want you
control
to chant
that.
for him to get up. I want you to chant for him to kick my, well, there's children here, rear end. I am from you know what.
Did he say the love to the children? Did he say the love to the children? Let me run that back.
Kick my, well, there's children here, rear end.
Rear end? No.
So,
Back.
let him give up. Do not let him tap out. I want you to encourage him. I want you to chant for him to get up. I want you to chant for him to kick my, well, there's children here, rear end. I am from you know what. So,
That is like the grossest thing you could say. Well, probably.
so we're going to give you your money's worth, because that's what we do here.
He's over. He's a freaking over weirdo. Why is he on the ground? This guy's like 120 pounds. Like 5'8", and he's doing pro wrestling. He's doing wrestling spot. Oh my gosh, this is so gross. This is so gross. Ew! Oh! I love my gay friends, but this is like the most. When people talk about pro wrestling being gay, this is what they mean. Ew! 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 What is going on here?
like a live sex act. This isn't pro wrestling. This is a public sex. It's a public gay sex. I would take my. If this happened at a show that my son was at, I would take him away. Okay, one move. Two moves. Can't watch this. Oh, no. No. Can't. Nope. Not watching it. No. That's too gross. Well, I mean, it's not gross to people that like homosexual sex. Some people do, some people don't. With men. This particular one was gay sex with stuff on. And if you don't believe me, I will show you my friends, and then we'll tell you. Ew. Not doing that. No. What is this? Ew. 7-footer. Not doing that. No. Good job. Good body. Smooth agility. Kill him. Right, dude.
WWE and AEW have had many wrestlers come and go.
No. Who's this? Precious out.
Right guys, so recently I did a video discussing some of the craziest and most shocking incidents and controversies in independent wrestling, and you guys seem to really enjoy that, so I'm back here with another video discussing some of the more craziest incidents in the history of independent wrestling, specifically shoot incidents.
It's a hard thing to do.
At indie shows where matches turned a bit real or just turned into a straight up real fight. So like the video as we discussed the first item on this list, which is one of the stranger items I discussed in one of these videos. As you might be familiar with YouTuber Grimm's Toy Show, who's been on the platform for a good while now. I definitely used to watch him when I was younger, I can say that for sure, but Grimm's Toy
Okay, but
I don't made it far in the WWE. And apparently this stemmed from the fact that the kid was doing a Samoan. And basically, you may have heard of this match as the infamous match when New Jack beats up on a 70-year-old man. At least that's how I had heard of it originally.
This is the same video. Those women look really weird. Oh, pedos. Those women look really. Why are there pedos? All right. I don't know why this came up, but let's. Interesting gear, midlife crisis with to say. It's a lot of change, but let's go. Okay. Move. Hold on. Nope. I don't mean it.
Move. Nope. I don't mean to. Hold on. Trying to find the ring announcer. That's a freaking stylish ring announcer. A weird spot of hair on your head is not a good idea. A weird spot of hair on your
or maybe it is.
Just saying. It's not a good idea.
Randy, you're an idiot!
That's a good look. Good look. Wait, what? I don't know if that's a. I don't know if that's a partner or what, but I don't know if that's a partner or what, but that's not gonna work. On the left, if you're confused about who I'm talking about, it's just not gonna work. Well, I mean, if we're doing stuff for our love, just to do our stuff for our love, and just like, sure. But and that's what I'm doing at this point, because I lost my window. But interesting. All right, let's go. I'm sorry to say, let's go. So it's a weird thing. No, it's not super weird, but and I'm not making let's go shirts, but let's. Let us continue the video. We'll say that. You cut the slits in the back like it's length and heavy. You're not a free bird, bro. You're not a free bird.
And their opponents.
What is in the pink girl's mouth? Is that a baby sucking thing? What is that? Woman next to her in the light green top. People have types. She's cute to me. That's a high quality camera right there. Say hi to her.
And their opponents.
doesn't think she's cute. She's cute. They're both cute. Music cuts off. What is that thing she's licking? She's like licking something. She has to be. What is that thing she's licking? Not friendly, not something. What is in front of her mouth? Not friendly. Ew, gross. Yes, I'm sorry. What is in front of her mouth? Nuts. Ew, gross. Yes, I'm sorry. These guys are. Oh, it's a copyright thing. These guys are. Oh, it's a big guys. Nice gear. Nice gear. What's going on? It's a big guys. At the belts. Nice gear. What's up? Something on the back. At the belts. Say hug. Yes, wiping your feet. Yeah. Say hug. Yes, wiping your feet. Yeah. This match is 13 minutes. I'm not watching it all. Like, no. Like, show me what 13 minutes. I'm not watching. Show me a ring one. Oh, they have matching gear. Similar gear. What's going on? Oh, slapped its back. Was nice. What are you gonna do? Why are you pulling his shirt back? Oh, chop. Okay, cool. Shoulders. That's a freaking dope ass move. That's a freaking dope ass move. Freaking dope ass move. That's like cool as F. Freaking dope ass move. There are so many of us that don't mean a thing. But that was and yeah, I don't want people to steal our stuff, but that's a freaking. I'm running that back. Just run that. Dope ass move. It's a freaking dope ass move. Freaking dope ass move. I wish I thought of that. Come on, what else you got? I don't steal stuff. People that are innovators don't steal stuff. They get inspired. That was freaking dope. People that are innovators don't freaking dope. They get inspired. That was freaking dope. Dope ass move. Let's go. I don't have much time. No one really punches like that in real life. That's like the fakest thing in the world. No one punches like that. was a freaking dope ass cruiser. Why aren't you guys found? Because nobody is found. Dope people aren't found. Worker to worker, you guys are freaking dope. From this video, I don't know other stuff, but worker to worker, yeah, I'm still watching. Folgers coffee. What the hell was that? That's hilarious. That's weird and hilarious.
Save his life.
Oh. That was freaking dope. That arm wrench, double chop, freaking dope. Freaking dope.
Oh my god.
What? Freaking dope. What? What? Our industry sucks so much. You guys are freaking amazing. You're like one of the best tag teams I've ever seen in my life. And I wanted to be in a tag team so badly, but I probably couldn't figure out that stuff as well as you. You are amazing. But I probably couldn't. Did he say I got 5 on it? No, I got a reply on that. Did he say I got a 5 on it? That's man. It is what it is. That's hilarious. He's got 54 on it, but yeah. Kill him. Murdered him. Ooh. It's vicious. Nice swing. Yep. Freaking love you guys. Freaking love you guys. I freaking love you guys. Freaking love you guys. Freaking love you guys. Let's go. Freaking love you guys. No one. Okay, so we're a canon that no one will ever really know. But I freaking love you guys. You're freaking badasses. But I freaking You're monsters. You're so fantastic. You're like me, but I don't know where you are. You're so fantastic. You're like me. You freaking badasses. And I hope you see this and know you're appreciated. Let's go. Like, I keep saying let's go. I'm sorry.
No! Oh my god!
Is that your finish? Is that your finish? Hold on. Hold. Wait. Wait. Yeah. Dope as fuck. They're gonna steal it all. They're gonna steal all your stuff. They're gonna steal your stuff because they steal all our stuff. There's no word for who we are. Pro wrestler innovators or anything like that. But they steal all our stuff and they're like, oh, it's so cool. Like, you see those people, it's cool. They steal all our stuff. All of our stuff. All of our great ideas. All our hard work. All our everything. I'm watching this again. No, didn't really back it. What is going on here? Hold on. What is that? Anyway, I want this. I want the finish. Kill it. That's not a good thing to say. It appeals to like young people. Like, that's a freaking hard. That's a Vader style power bomb. And are you jacking off to that? That's an interesting thing to do. What was that? Clothesline. Hmm. What's up? All in it? Yep. Nation. Right? Kill him with this double leg. This double leg thing, of which I do not know a name of. It's freaking dope. It's freaking dope. Which I do not know a name of. It's freaking dope. They're gonna steal that. You know that. We get no credit, no nothing. Go. That power bomb. That power bomb. Brilliant. 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 Let's run.
Oh my god!
Your winner and the Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions,
This year, like this video's from this year, like a couple months ago. Not even a few days ago. I do not know this song.
No. Shouldn't have happened. Who booked this? Who booked that? Who booked that? No. Sloppy monsters. No. Prove what's going on. Got a guy there. What was that? Nope. He doesn't deserve to be there. Bodyguard. Not a bodyguard. Wait. What?
Oh my god.
And guess what? Next month we'll prove it, and we're leaving with them now, so you can all say goodbye to your champions. We're going home. Yacht Club up, baby.
One what?
All say goodbye to your champions. We're going home. Yacht Club up, baby.
One what? That's like the worst boo ever. Alright. That's like the worst boo ever. I'm sad I'm going to sleep. Alright. I'm sad I'm going to sleep. I have hiccups.